Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today's video will be September predictions, so what you can expect or anything else that wants to come out here. Okay, so as per usual, the timestamps will be in the description bar below as well as the comments. So let's just get started here. Okay, so starting off with Aries. Okay. So we're starting with an oracle here. What can Aries expect for September? Okay. So the message that we have for you guys is realignment. Shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity. Okay. So what I'm receiving here, Aries, is there may be, a situation that is feeling a bit confusing for you. Again, apply this where it resonates for you, right? But it may require, like it reads, a shift in perspective so that you can see things more clearly. You may have a very fixed way of viewing a situation in your life in the month of September, and, shifting your perspective or stepping into the opposing party's shoes can help you kind of see it in a different light, okay? I also feel like there may be a situation where you need to release control. You could be growing very impatient or you want something to occur very quickly, but it seems that the more pressure you apply or the more control you want in the situation, it kind of creates some sort of detachment, or it creates, a little bit of havoc when you feel like things are not going your way, okay? So you're going to be seeing a situation in your life very differently in the month of September, and it can help you feel more at ease. And how you will know exactly what the situation is, well, you want some sort of control in it, or you want to feel in control. It's really hard for you to release, that energy of wanting to know what's going to happen next or wanting to know what's always going to happen. It's almost like being okay with the lack of clarity. And that's when, something is illuminated to you, is what I see so far. Okay, so let's see what your financial message for the month is. Okay. So we have watch out. There is more than what meets the eye. Be careful with whom you deal your finances with. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. Okay. So how I see this message here, Aries, is that for some of you, you are being asked, whether it's for financial assistance or someone wants your help, and you really need to use your discernment when it comes to this situation. I can't tell you what to do, but you may not be seeing everything for what it is, right? And it says shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity. Are you operating from your heart space when it comes to someone asking you for help this month? Or is it more of an, like there's something here that could cause you to feel uneasy or something you're not seeing clearly. So the message that I'm getting for you guys is to use your discernment and say, okay, does this person really need my help, or is this a situation that I should be investing in, or is there some sort of hidden motive? Okay. And this is coming up in your financial message, and it says someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. You may be operating from your heart space or feeling very bad for someone, but do they have the right intentions, right? Or are they using the fact that you're vulnerable with them as some sort of leverage? Okay, so let's dive into tarot here. Okay. It's interesting because as I pick up my deck, we have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck here, which speaks a lot about discernment, or it's a space where her head is not in the clouds. She's seeing things clearly. She's seeing things for what they are. Even if the truth hurts, she's accepting it because she doesn't want anything to backfire on her in the future. So let's see. Okay. The Ten of Swords wanted to show itself here. It didn't come out. September may be a month where you have someone returning, but they are someone you've had an ending with. So if it's a business partner, maybe there was a falling out. If it's a family member, maybe there was a disagreement, but the ending was very painful and you are still healing from it and you still feel vulnerable. So when you're connecting with this person, again, something that's coming through very persistently is use your discernment, right? You got to judge this situation and say, is this someone that has the best intentions, or do I feel bad for them? Or does this person have the best intentions, or am I just in a vulnerable state? Some of you are missing someone who is returning, but don't let that be the leading factor as to, giving to the situation again, is kind of what I'm getting here. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, someone is going to be asking for your help in September, okay? It seems like financial assistance to me, or someone who's asking you for help when it comes to their living situation. And the Two of Cups. So this could be someone that you have a romantic, relationship with, okay? Or the Two of Cups could just be like a soulmate energy, but soulmates aren't always romantic, right? It could be someone like your best friend, or, like a business partner, but you guys have like a really great bond here. But there's something about needing to listen to your higher self. Okay. The Eight of Cups wanted to show itself. It's very interesting because as I'm shuffling your cards, I kind of just have, these cards popping out, but they're not really, it's almost like they don't want to, show, or it doesn't want to come out here. So it's almost a message of there are some sort of hidden motives with someone who is returning. And don't let you missing someone or you being in a vulnerable space, be the leading factor as to why you want to be generous or why you want to give to a situation. Because this is a situation where you have been giving to it more than you have been receiving from it. You may have even been breadcrumbed with that Six of Pentacles. Okay. So we have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, okay? The Judgment. Okay, so a Scorpio could be playing a large role in your month here, so month of September. But what I see is there has been a shift in a relationship in your life, okay? This person could be going through a very difficult time and they are coming back around for help. And again, it's up to you. You have free will, but there is something here that could cause you to feel uneasy, okay? Now, what I see is you're very close to a shift. With the Judgment and the Death card, this could be an internal shift that is taking place for you and you feel it impacting your outer reality here. And it does require you to leave something behind, and that something that you have to leave behind could be very, very tempting. So your message is very clear. This is going to be a month of not only clearing out old energies, but it's something in particular that you feel very attached to. And so for example, if it's an individual, they have a tendency to pull on your heartstrings, but it's time for you to say, okay, well, does the situation actually serve me? Okay. Or am I just giving into it because, I'm just in a place of healing, or I'm still, hurting from what has happened? The other thing I see, guys, the first week of September could be a little bit stressful. But the Nine of Swords is more so like worry and things taking place in your mind. So the thoughts that you're thinking don't necessarily mean that, or it doesn't mean that they're the truth or that's what's occurring in your reality, but just be cautious with over analyzing situations or feeding into the negative thoughts. Like the first week of September could be a week where you're kind of like, why can't I stop thinking about a negative situation? Or you kind of just feel, negative about many things in your life, but it's about focusing on what is working, what is going your way. Because you may find that if you're focusing on the negative thoughts the first week of September, you're kind of spiraling, down a rabbit hole where you feel like every day of that week feels very mundane, or you don't feel like yourself, okay? The second week of September with the Ten of Cups could be an energy of you reuniting with someone, or there's like a family gathering, right? Where it could be your direct family, it could be extended family, but you're getting together with them. And this could even be some sort of a celebration that really helps you feel more at ease. It helps you, or it's making you feel very loved. I see some sort of a reconnection with the family member here, okay? This could also just be your family, you spending more time with your children or your spouse. We have the Judgment card. Okay, so again, third week of September, guys, is when you're going to have a shift in perspective. Okay, you're going to have a shift in perspective. You're going to realize what you need to leave behind. This will require you to leave your comfort zone. So it's not going to be easy, right? So, for example, Aries, if you are making some sort of a lifestyle change, it could feel very mundane to get started, but as you start to see results, that's going to be your motivating factor to keep going or keep progressing. So there's something here you know you need to do, but you're having a hard time getting started, and that's really going to be brought to the forefront for you the third week of September. Now, ending September or the last week of September, you're going to really have an internal shift. There's something that you're letting go of. This could be like an emotional shift. This could be some sort of an ego death, but it's helping you transform. So even if it doesn't feel good in the moment, it is leading to something larger. It is leading to almost like a new life. When you have the Judgment and the Death card in the same spread, that says a lot about you entering a brand new phase in your life and leaving behind what feels stressful or leaving behind just what's not working. It just seems to me that the third week you will be acknowledging what needs to be released or what you need to change, but you may have difficulty getting started. Okay? So let's clarify these energies for you guys. I'm just going to use a different deck for that. Okay, what's the Nine of Swords for Aries? The Five of Cups wanted to pop out here. You know, September is a month where you're going to be feeling very nostalgic. You could be dwelling on, either past relationships or past mistakes that you have made as well, right? Five of Cups is just a period of disappointment or focusing on things that are not working. So a very important message is to, allow yourself to feel the emotions and the thoughts, but don't dwell too much in the negative, because it's going to, put you in a freeze response instead of taking action towards what needs to be, altered here. Okay, so the Nine of Swords, Temperance. Okay, so this is a very positive message. What you're stressing out about, what is worrying you in the month of September, you're going to make peace with it. And how you're going to do this, the Temperance speaks about alchemy, right? So exactly what I said, it's just confirming what I said, not to sound too repetitive. It is an energy of saying, okay, this is what's going on, and it may make me feel uneasy. It does feel negative, but what is the light side of that? What is it trying to teach me? So it's turning the bad into good. So that's what you're going to be doing in order to overcome this stress. We have the Two of Swords clarifying the Ten of Cups, which is you reconnecting with, like I said, a friend, a family member. It could even be a romantic relationship. But with the Two of Swords, the same message that I was getting as I opened your read is coming through. In September, when someone returns or you're reconnecting with this individual, it is very important for you to know all the details. Two of Swords means you're not seeing something clearly. So someone could be expressing how they feel, or someone could be telling you, hey, I'm sorry and I want to reconnect, but there are hidden motives that you don't see, in the month of September. So you may have a gut feeling kind of like, okay, I feel a bit confused, but it's very important not to make a firm decision about this person. Again, whether it be a friend, a family member, it's important you don't make a firm decision until you know all the details or have clarity. Two of Wands clarifying the Judgment. This is you moving forward, you having the power to change your reality, right? So the Two of Wands and the Judgment gives me an energy of some of you feeling that you kind of are, it's almost like you've attained something that you wanted, but it doesn't feel as good as you thought it would. And the Two of Wands could sometimes touch on rushing a process. So for some of you, you may feel like I have it all, or I'm at a point where I'm happy, but the reason why you still don't feel entirely fulfilled is there are other things that you haven't really acknowledged, or there are other things that you could have enjoyed during the process of attaining this bigger picture. If that's not the case, some of you are in a rush to get to the final destination, but it's about like enjoying the journey. And the Two of Wands again also speaks about having the power to change how you feel or change your current reality. Death card, Page of Cups. What's the Page of Cups? The Ace of Swords. You're receiving clarity for some sort of illusion that you can't see past in September. if it has something to do with the relationship, if it has something to do with the job, right? What I see is someone reconnecting with you that's causing a lot of confusion for you. And the Page of Cups could be where, or at least the fish in his cup, it speaks about your imagination, right? So there's something going on in your mind, but you're like, is it all in my mind? Is this really the truth of the matter? But you will be receiving clarity by the end of the month with the Ace of Swords. This may require you to speak your truth also. So you may actually have to open up to this individual and say, you know what, I don't really trust you, or I don't really trust what's going on. So could you just be open with me? Okay. So let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 0303, taking chances, success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, optimism. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned something about like maybe you growing impatient or wanting something to occur very quickly. So it reads, when chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. Yeah, what feels uncomfortable for you in the month of September is also going to propel you forward into the life that you desire. That's what I'm receiving here. Okay. So moving on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. So what can you expect for the month of September? Hold on, guys. I have a couple of decks here. Let's start off with an oracle. Okay. For the month of September, Taurus. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Taurus, so we have the message fear, expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. Okay. This card is giving me the energy of the Nine of Swords in Tarot, right? There could be something that is really causing you to feel paranoid, or there is some sort of fear within you. So it's a particular situation here where you're expecting the worst outcome as it reads, or you're afraid of failing at something before you actually try. Because it says wasting time on negative thoughts. So you could be more qualified for something you want to do, but you don't really see yourself in that light. The other thing that I'm getting here, guys, is like there could be a situation that is causing a lot of paranoia. Like you may feel, for example, someone for maybe has an issue with you, or maybe something feels more complex in your mind. But what I'm hearing is that that's not the reality of the situation. That's just what's going on in your mind. I also see here, guys, that like you may be hyper focused on what you don't have or what you don't know as opposed to what you do know. So a good way to shift, a negative thinking pattern is to focus on what you do have. For example, guys, if this is something to do with like a creative endeavor, there could be comparisons that you're making that are killing your happiness, or you are focusing on your weaknesses and not your strengths, or you're saying, well, I don't have this or this, but then there are other things that you do have. So shifting the focus to, okay, but this is what I can offer and this is what I have to work with in the moment can really help you. Okay. So let's see what your financial message for this month is. We have advancement. Career growth can be expected in your field of work. Opportunities are coming your way, so don't waste your time and improve your finances. For some of you, the first message in your career message here is going hand in hand. You may be advancing, okay, in your career, or there's some sort of a promotion. And as much as you may feel excited, you may also feel a bit of fear, or you may feel a bit jittery in terms of, can I handle this, right? What is handed to you is handed to you for a reason. It's because you can handle it, right? So it's just about not allowing your, again, not feeding into your negative thoughts or not focusing on your weaknesses here. But so far, in September, your career looks good. It could be a promotion, or it could be, a new opportunity presenting itself to you. Why am I getting here, Taurus, that when this opportunity presents itself to you in the month of September, you're going to kind of stall on making a decision because it says, so don't waste your time and improve your finances. It's like you're over analyzing it. You're like, should I, is it going to benefit me? Is it something I can handle? But it seems like it's something that's going to work out for you, but you may be over analyzing the situation. Okay, so let's dive into tarot. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords, and we also have the Three of Wands. Okay, I see what's going on here, Taurus. There will be an emotion in particular that is resurfacing for you in the month of September. So it's a new opportunity that is coming your way, but this emotion that is resurfacing is something to do with your past. Okay, this could be someone that was dishonest with you, or this could be, some sort of dishonesty that has, occurred within you. But with the Three of Wands, it's definitely like something to do with your passion, something to do with your future. So you want this and it's coming towards you. But like I said, there's something that is causing you to stall. You may be holding on to something that did not work out in your favor, or just being completely transparent, guys. Like Seven of Swords could be when you feel like something is not going to work out or someone is out to get you. So then you start, kind of protecting yourself or figuring out ways that you can protect yourself before anything even happens. So like I said, there could be a situation here when it comes to your passion or your career that you're a little bit paranoid about. And you're like, I need to protect myself, or I need to watch my back here. Okay, let's see. The High Priestess wanted to come out here. Follow your intuition. Follow your gut. If you truly feel like a situation is not for you, or your intuition is telling you to protect yourself. Okay, it's something about following your intuition here. Okay, Page of Wands. What do we have? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's an exciting opportunity coming in for you, more specifically the first week of September here, okay? And the Page of Wands is something that you look forward to. It could be very healing for you. It could be very exciting. It almost feels like a breath of fresh air. But the second week of September seems to slow down a bit, or there is some sort of stalling going on because of your thoughts, right? So you could be over analyzing a situation, or you're taking a while to make a decision here, or you're in a very premeditated energy. Empress, okay, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the first week of September, like I said, guys, it's a very exciting opportunity here. Okay, you want to learn, you're excited to grow, so it could be a new opportunity at your workplace, and you're really excited to get started here. The second week of September, you will be maintaining your finances, okay, but it's not any crazy amount of growth that you will see. Knight of Pentacles is kind of maintaining what you have and putting forth the effort, and being grounded in what is coming in for you, but it's not really like, you may not be seeing improvements as quickly as you want it, as quickly as you want to. Sorry, guys, I cannot speak today, but as quickly as you want to, especially when it comes to your finances. So you'll be maintaining what you're currently receiving, but it may be hard to kind of shift, or it could be, like a mindset that you feel very stuck in. Okay, but what you're doing or what you're working towards is not going unnoticed. Knight of Pentacles could feel like that tedious or mundane energy of putting effort towards something on a daily basis and not really seeing your desired results. But third week of September, there's something you're going to be experiencing in terms of enjoying the fruits of your labor. The Empress is, growth, it's potential. You're starting to see, your business or your career in a brand new light. There's a heavy focus on something that you're investing in energetically and financially. And just because you're not seeing the progress now doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Third week of September, I see it as very positive. I see it as you're seeing your business develop. You're seeing some sort of growth that you have been waiting on. And the third week of September could also be a very easygoing week, or you feel like things are kind of just flowing to you. Now, a very important message here, Taurus, with the Empress is you actually hold a lot of power. There are certain things that you feel stuck in. Again, apply it to where it fits in your life. There are certain things that you feel stuck in when really, in reality, you could actually just move out of that situation, or you have a lot more power than you know or you are like aware of. You also know a lot more or have a lot more knowledge than you give yourself credit for. I'm being called to tell you that with the Empress. Knight of Swords for the last week of September here. This is about fast moving energy, right? Communicating what it is that you want. So you could be speaking to a boss, you could be speaking to someone who's in an authoritative position here. But Knight of Swords is going after what you want, okay? But there could be an energy of kind of like needing to speak your truth and being a little patient with whom you are connecting with. Because the Knight of Swords could be where, there's a lot of fast communication, a lot of back and forth, and there may be a conversation where you feel like someone is more focused on getting their point across as opposed to hearing yours. But, if you're grounded and patient and you allow them to express themselves and then you go ahead and, express themselves, any like it escalating into anything larger could be avoided, right? But I see that the last week of September will be, fast moving. You may be making plans. This could be travel plans, or there's just a lot of communication between you and your friends here. But your career is being highlighted this month, and something that you have been working towards financially is going to pay off. I more so see it specifically during the third week of September. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these energies. The second week of September, when things are moving a little bit slowly for you, financially, or you feel like you're kind of just everything still feels the same, this is a great time for you to kind of, pay attention to your efforts and maybe analyze what you could be doing differently. This is an energy of thinking about things thoroughly, paying attention to the details. It's almost like when life feels like it's moving slowly. In your case, it could be your finances here. When you feel like something is not progressing as quickly as you want it to, sometimes that's divine's way of making you pause and making you realize, okay, this is how far I've come. And maybe it's not where I want to be, but I will get there. And there's some sort of a plan that you're coming up with. And the reason why you're able to come up with this very efficient plan is because you're slowing down, you're quieting your mind, and the things around you are slowing down. So you're able to think very clearly. It's not really like you're on go, go, go mode. Second week of September. Okay. So let's start off by clarifying the Page of Wands. Nine of Wands, yeah. So not to sound too repetitive here, Taurus, but I do see it as an exciting new opportunity, but you're a little bit guarded towards it because of your past, or you're in this like protective energy. Like, I need to look out for myself. I'm not sure why you feel that way this month. Obviously, it is a general read, but it's almost like, if it's an exciting new opportunity, maybe you feel like, in the past when you were excited for an opportunity, it didn't work out the way that you wanted to, or you wanted it to, right? So there's something about you feeling a bit guarded, but Nine of Wands lets me know you still have some fight left in you, Taurus, right? It's not like you're giving up. It's just, it could feel very difficult for you to take a leap of faith towards something that you feel very passionately about. Hierophant, yeah. Moving slowly but surely. I will say, guys, the second week of September, you could be like, there could be a focus on your values. There could be a shift when it comes to your spiritual beliefs, or you're diving a bit deeper when it comes to your spiritual journey. Kind of like, why am I experiencing the things that I'm, currently going through? Or I've noticed this pattern in my life, and so I want to get to the bottom of it. Some of you could also just be educating yourself. It could be to do with whether it's like tarot, or you're, advancing your knowledge when it comes to astrology, right? But I more so see it as something to do with your spiritual journey and getting more intact with that side. It's like you've looked to your outer world for some sort of answers, but you haven't been receiving them. So now you're looking within because you feel like there's a deeper meaning as to why you are where you are in your life right now. And then we have the Hanged Man, a lot of enlightenment. And so the Hanged Man clarifying the Empress is a new perspective in what you could have. It's almost like you're having a new perspective, and what you're choosing to water is really going to change when it comes to the third week of September. I also see your hard work and dedication really paying off. Like you're going to see the results that you want because you have been so persistent. You have, worked through the times that you didn't feel like it, or you have worked through the times that you really felt like giving up. There's something about you being persistent that is bringing in, like a very abundant future for you guys. And like I said with the Hanged Man and the Empress, yes, there's a shift in perspective when it comes to what you're going to be investing your time and energy into moving forward. Hmm. I also see this card as you gaining clarity on what it is that you want. There's a very spiritual message here about like, there may be, like, for example, if you created like a vision board or you were manifesting something maybe like 6 months ago or a year ago, there are many things that don't feel as fulfilling to you now, or you feel like what you want in your life is changing because of some sort of like internal growth. Empress, wow. Empress twice in the same spread. So, yeah, I don't think you have a thing to worry about. Knight of Swords and Empress. I feel like it's just about communicating what it is that you want, not being fearful of, how situations are going to play out for you. And last week of September, guys, I really feel like you speaking your truth or being very upfront about what you want, right? If this is an agreement, if this is at your job, it's actually going to work out for you. I see a lot of growth, I see a lot of progress, and it's going to be a time where you receive a lot of attention also. So if you guys are, looking for love this month, maybe, get out there, because not only are you looking very attractive, there's something very balanced, very secure, very healing about your energy. And I feel like it has a lot to do with you doing the healing within yourself. So let's see if I can get an angel number for you guys. Some of you could also be like switching courses, or maybe, you are done with post secondary and now you're going to, a law school, or there's some sort of advancement when it comes to your knowledge here. So if it's not like quite literally, with school, it could just be that you are educating yourself on a topic that is piquing your interest here. It's like being ready to go to the next level in your life because you've attained the knowledge, because you've learned the lesson, right? So if it's not anything to do with like theoretical knowledge, this could be more so like, knowledge that you've gained through experience, right? It could be knowledge that's helping you move to the next level in your career or your love life. So let's see if we can get an angel number here. $1111. Okay, so you guys could be seeing this number pretty frequently. Wish come true, moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, a gateway, taking action. And I did say, guys, you're very close to a goal that you have in mind, but maybe you have felt very discouraged because of the amount of time that it was taking to come through here. Okay. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. It's because you've been very persistent. You have the Empress twice in one spread, which means there are many opportunities presenting themselves to you in the month of September, and some of which may feel like they're too good to be true, but it's actually a gift for you. It's actually something that you're meant to experience here. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. So what can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay, so I'm going to be starting off with an oracle here. Okay, Gemini, so the message that we have for you guys is putting in the work, action that helps achieve goals, building the path to success. Okay. So it's a very clear message here that you may be taking the first or initial step towards, a bigger picture that you have in mind. Okay, so this is like a goal. This could be a financial goal. This could be you maybe saving up for some sort of a large purchase, but it's like taking that first step. For some of you, it could just be an idea that you have had, but you're gaining the courage to actually act on it. But for some reason, I'm getting it as kind of like the first step. So it feels very new. It says action that helps achieve goals, building the path to success. Yeah. So, Gemini, I feel like for many of you, it's like you have been thinking about a change that you want to make, or you have been thinking about an investment year. But September may be the month where you actually say, you know what, I'm going to take the first step, or I'm going to figure out what my necessary steps should be in order for me to, receive or attain the bigger picture. Like you have a very large goal in mind, but you're taking the first step, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's see what your financial message is. If it's something that you have been working on, you're shifting your approach. So, like, I'm getting something to do with like a schedule, right? So, some of you could actually be writing down what you're going to do, the specific things you're going to do on specific days when it comes to your business, or you're getting more organized when it comes to the action that you're taking. Okay, so let's see. What is your financial or career message for this month? Okay, so we have balance. You need to balance your career and personal life. Honesty and business ethics are important to establish credibility in your work environment. Okay. Now, Gemini, this is very specific, but some of you could be trying to do something on your own, but there may be someone around you that can actually assist you, or or what's not visible to you right now is how working in a team or collaborating with other people could help you. There's almost an energy of you wanting to do something on your own, or you feel like you have been doing things on your own for a very long time. So it could be hard for you to trust others. Like that could be the issue here as well. But with that message, honesty and business ethics are important to establish credibility in your work environment. It's like there's something about collaboration coming through very strongly, okay? And possibly even just being transparent with someone in your workplace or someone that you want to work with. It could also be an energy coming towards you, right? So someone being open with you and saying, hey, I think we should work on this together. But this card does speak about balance. So some of you either feel overworked, or this is a month where you are being nudged to kind of take time for yourself and take care of personal matters, not just financial matters. Okay. So let's see here. It's like a message of there's room for everyone, or there's enough to go around. Like, it's almost like maybe you feel a sense of lack, or you feel that, it fits like your workplace. Maybe you're like, okay, am I really going to get paid what I deserve? Or is there really a place for me to upgrade my current position? There is a space for you, but it's going to be a mental shift that needs to take place in order for you to attain that here. Or switching the plan to how you're approaching things may make you feel more at ease, or it may make your job feel easier. Whether it's a job or a business, it could be that your approach right now is not necessarily working, or if you were just to change the way that you present your work, it could actually, you would see some sort of change or growth here. Okay, yeah, the Magician and the Star card. Wow. Some of you are definitely in the public eye, but you don't see yourself how others see you. People view you as very important. They take what you say very seriously. Some of you are a public speaker, or you do something to do with speaking here. And the devil wanted to I'm pretty sure that's a devil, isn't it? Yeah, the devil wanted to peek out here. You may find that you're in your own way this month, or maybe some of you are having like imposter syndrome. But with the magician as well as the star card, not only do you have the power to change this, the way that you view yourself is very different from those around you, or there are many people who actually look up to you and see you as very gifted here with the star card. So there's something that you do that is visible to others, and people feel like you're really good at it. You may have Aquarian placements. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we have the Judgment, and then we have the Hierophant. Very interesting. Learning more about something that you are already skilled at could really help you take things to the next level. So, like, if it's a career, maybe you're going back to school to, like, learn more about, your career. If it's something like a business, maybe you're just gaining more knowledge in your niche so that it can help you progress here. But I see that you gaining more knowledge is going to give you more opportunities. And then we have the Four of Swords, okay, and the Queen of Cups. So, the first week of September here is going to be a lot emotionally, mentally, because you're making you're making a lot of changes. But this is starting from, your mind. You're like, okay, this is not working. I need to change this. It could be an old habit, and maybe you've been telling yourself, I'm going to leave that habit behind, or I'm going to break that habit. But first week of September, there's something about not being able to run away from it or put it on the back burner. Okay. Something else that I see here in the first week of September is there could be a situation that's actually working out in your favor. It could be a sense of like, karma and dharma. It could be read as that as well, but it's more of like something working out the way that you wanted it to, or a situation that felt like it was lacking balance is starting to feel fair. Okay, for some of you, this could be a workplace setting, or something that takes place in a workplace setting, or in your like love life, like with the relationship. The second week of September, I see you again advancing your knowledge or learning something new, which is helping you take things to the next level. For others of you, you're actually teaching someone about, a topic that you're very skilled at. Some of you may quite literally be a teacher, for a course, etc., or you are just very knowledgeable in a topic and you're finding that people are coming to you for advice, or people are actually looking up to what you know, looking up to you because of what you know, and they want you to assist them as well. The third week of September, I feel like it's going to be, very slow moving. You may be able to catch up on your rest, or you're booking a few days off of work so that you can, get some sort of rest, whether it's catch up on your sleep, whether it's maybe you are taking a vacation here. But Four of Swords is you taking the time that you need to heal, but also just breathe, just a break from your regular life, or just a break from work, so that you don't feel like you are in like survival mode. So I think that the third week of September will feel a lot more restful, or you're not going to feel so lethargic. You may be feeling like you actually feel less tired when you wake up in the morning. So for some of you, very specific message, you may have been getting, a regular amount of sleep, but when you wake up, you still feel tired. So the type of tired that sleep can't fix is when you're spiritually, okay, drained, or energetically just completely depleted. And so there could be some sort of healing that's taking place for you, the month of or September, which is helping you feel more at ease. Like there could be a situation or something you have been avoiding, and you're like, I'll just sleep it off, or I'll just sleep on it and it will get better, but it hasn't got better for you. So there's something about you actually healing that or making the necessary changes, which is actually going to make you feel better. Last week of September, we have the Queen of Cups, which is you, attaining some sort of like wish fulfillment for yourself. Queen of Cups could also just be when you're in an energy of receiving. I'm going to allow people to come to me. I'm going to allow things to flow to me. I'm releasing control. Okay. Queen of Cups also has a lot to do with listening to your intuition and following your heart. So there could be something that you're feeling very guided to do, and The last week of September could also be a week where you are in tech with your creative side. So maybe some of you are dancers, maybe some of you like to paint, maybe some of you like to draw, but there's some sort of a creative outlet that you're dabbling in again that is making you feel very fulfilled, very at ease. There's something about you being a lot more open to receiving the last month, or sorry, the last week of the month, September, because there's healing taking place, or you're finally releasing something that you have been kind of putting off here. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and clarify these energies. Let's start off by clarifying the Judgment card. Okay. Three of Cups, Judgment. Some of you, first week of September, there's something that you're celebrating, or you are invited to some sort of a gathering, and you could be reconnecting with like an old friend or a family member. Okay, so if it's not just like something that you're celebrating, the deeper message behind it is you're actually reconnecting with someone at like a mutual friends party, or like, it could be like a gathering, like a family gathering, and you're reconnecting with a cousin or, an aunt that you haven't seen in a really long time. Something else that I see here, guys, first week of September, there's like, it's an energy of like being more lighthearted or having more fun. Like if you're invited out, go out, right? If there's something fun that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Like, when's the last time that you did something that was fun? Or when's the last time that you've done something that just genuinely makes you happy, right? And then we have the Justice card clarifying the Hierophant. Some of you could be facing, like, you're going through some sort of legal matters, and you could be receiving information about that second week of September. This could be pertaining to a marriage or some sort of a commitment that you have. So it could be like hearing back from, it could be hearing back, like, main thing I'm getting is legal news, or there's something here that is working out in your favor. With the Justice upright, that is things being done the right way, or a situation that lacked balance, some sort of like balance being restored in it, or you feeling like, okay, finally things are going my way, or finally this feels more fair. Like something is being done the right way, or it could even be a situation that was mishandled that is being corrected in the second week of September. We have the Three of Pentacles. And I did mention to you guys, there's something about collaboration, and that's what that card speaks about. So not only is there an energy of you working with other people, I think when you spend time in solitude, you may feel like, okay, I can do this on my own. And I know what I need to, execute things on my own, which may be the truth. You may be very well, capable of doing things on your own, but there's something about working with those around you. There may be, two people in particular who actually want to collaborate with you, okay? And it can actually help you, whether it's sharing ideas, whether it's you guys have the same idea, but it's, the three of you working on it together. And it's two people that may really admire what you do. And I feel like for some of you, you're in the public eye, or you're very skilled at something, and you have energies around you that are like, wow, Gemini is so skilled. I would love to work with them. I would love to learn from them. And sometimes working with people is not just about, what can I gain from the situation? Sometimes it's about what can I, how can I assist them, or what can I do for others? So third week of September may be an energy or a week where you're giving back, or you're helping someone out. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, the month of September seems to be more of an analytical month for you regardless, but the Seven of Pentacles is you starting to realize what's not working. You're going to have a shift in perspective when it comes to your finances, and it has something to do with collaboration or working with others. It's a very specific message. I also feel with the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, Gemini, something that you guys are going to be realizing the last week of September is, okay, you may be doing something where it's like a creative endeavor, right? Or it's like something that you're very skilled at and you feel like it's, or maybe you even feel like it's a gift. It doesn't matter how you view it, but it seems to be something you're really good at. But you feel like the creative aspect has been taken away from it. I don't know why you feel that way, but you will be analyzing why. So you're looking at, for example, if there's something like you have a public presence because of a skill that you have, right? Maybe you feel like you have kind of just been doing, what the public, or your, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe you feel like you have been doing what the viewers have been asking for you or from you, but you haven't really been paying attention to your creative side. There's something about you feeling very restricted, or an energy of, what happened to when I felt excited? What happened to when I had brand new ideas all the time? And it's because you're consumed by some sort of limiting beliefs that, you have the ability to remove that block. So there's like, you're analyzing why you don't feel so creative, or some of you are going through what they would call like a creative block, and you're starting to realize why that is and what you could do differently. Okay. So let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay. So we have 2222, feminine forces, relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Guys, wow. This is literally what I said. You could do it by yourself. I'm sure you can, Gemini, right? But there was something about collaborating, or even if it's like sharing, your success, or sharing your knowledge with others to assist them. Partner up with the with the right spirit, and you'll become a force. Honor, commitment, and people around. Don't judge, listen. So a very important message here, Gemini, is that there may be an energy of you wanting to be on your own, or feeling very isolated because you may feel like the people around you don't resonate with you, or you don't really relate to the situations around you. But sometimes it's easier to judge a situation, right? Or an energy or a person. And it's much harder to say, okay, you know what? Let me step into their shoes and see why they are the way that they are, or why they are where they are, right? Depending on what you're observing. And so this could be a month where there's, less judgment, but more so, what can I learn from this person? Or maybe what can they learn from me? Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. So let's see here. What can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay, so we have divine counterpart, a divine connection sent to you from your angels. Keep in mind, guys, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could also be someone that is put in your life to help you, during a tough time that you're going through. Or it could be a friendship that you are developing, which makes you feel less alone or less isolated. Okay, but it is a destined partnership that is put on your path to assist you in one way or another. So let's see what your financial or career message is. It seems to me that September may be a month of connections that actually resonate with you. Connections where you may have, similar values as the people you're connecting with, a similar mindset. It's just connections that you are going to value, okay? And connections that actually resonate with you, where it's like, okay, I can be myself, or I feel very connected to this person, and it's not just surface level, okay? So we have North Star. You're facing the future with excitement as you follow your dreams and embrace your passions in life. You are now directed to your life's purpose. Okay, this actually reminds me of the star card in tarot, because that's exactly what that speaks about. Your northern star, or focusing on your, purpose here. For some of you, your purpose may involve giving to the collective in one way or another. So you are going to be of assistance to others, whether it's, you work in the spiritual industry. It could be that you're in the medical field, but somehow you assist others. And I feel like your purpose is being highlighted. So either some of you, I could be speaking to those of you that are aware of your purpose, or maybe some of you are actually becoming aware of it this month, kind of like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it says, you're facing the future with excitement as you follow your dreams and embrace your passions in life. It's something you enjoy doing. So it's not necessarily about the money for you, although when you follow your heart or you do something that you're passionate about, the money and everything else will follow. So I don't feel like it's something that's not going to offer you stability, although it just feels right. It feels very fulfilling. It's something you enjoy doing. Okay. Um, let's see here. Okay, so we have the Fool card and the Lovers. You have a very large choice to make this month, Cancer. For some of you, it's about relocating. So you could be, yeah, it's your energy behind the Fool card. So it could be that you're, for example, like relocating and you have to leave your hometown behind. Okay, the choice could be about a relationship, whether it be romantic or platonic. But with the Fool, it seems to me that the choice you're going to end up making is being or heading towards a new direction. So you may have a choice between investing in something in your past, or there's a new opportunity presenting itself to you. But I see you, leaning towards the direction of, I want something new, or I want to change here. Okay. Some of you may have Gemini placements in your chart. Okay. The Queen of Wands, very attractive at this time, Cancer. September may be a month where you're receiving a lot of attention, okay? Or there could be some sort of physical changes that you've made that, appear to be very appealing to those around you. Queen of Wands is all about, it's a very bold, it's a very confident energy. It's standing by what you believe in, even if it's very different, even if it's out of the norm, right? Because, in the Queen of Wands, she has a black cat, and usually black cats are symbolic for bad luck or whatever else they tell you, right? But she actually doesn't care because she loves her black cat, So there's something here that you want to do that is very different, Cancer, or it could just be like your belief system and the way that you look at life that is not really conventional, but you're learning to make peace with it. You're saying, okay, well, that's what makes me me, but that's also actually making you stand out. Okay. For some of you, you could be in a very saturated industry, but there's something that you're doing in September that is making you stand out from the rest. People are viewing you as very different, or you have your own way of doing things. Okay. A lot of attraction here. So you may find that you have a lot of suitors this month. Wow. The Empress. Second week of September could be very successful in terms of, what you have been working on. Like you may see a lot of progress in your finances. It could be unexpected income. It could be growth in your career as well. Or if you have like a business, it could really be taking off for you second week of September, or you're seeing some significant improvements. Okay. Now, the second week of September is also, a week where you feel like things are kind of flowing to you. You're not feeling like you're overworking. You're feeling a lot more at ease. And there's something about enjoying the fruits of your labor. So the second week of September, you may be telling yourself, you know what, I've worked hard enough. I'm actually going to book myself a vacation. Or I've worked hard enough. You know what, I think I'm going to go get a pedicure and a manicure, right? Like whatever it is, you're doing something for yourself because you feel like you have been working hard for your income, but you haven't really been doing, what you love, or you haven't done anything for yourself. So September is a month where you're really nurturing yourself. There could even be a shift in your because I'm getting like sixth house energy. So there could even be a shift when it comes to like your daily habits. Maybe some of you are changing your diet. Maybe others of you are changing your workout routine and you're spicing it up a little bit, right? It could be that you're choosing to go on a walk, daily in the evening. There's some sort of a small habit that you're changing, but it's going to lead to a lot of progress, or it's going to contribute to the bigger picture that you have in mind. Wow. Sun card and the Three of Swords. The third week of September here, guys, I do see it as very positive, but I also see it as something being illuminated to you. The Sun card is a very positive energy, but it also speaks about, the truth being illuminated and not being able to deny it. So there could be an awakening that you're having where it's like, okay, it could be about your life, it could be about something that's going on internally. But for many of you, I feel like it's something that you have felt very consumed by or hurt by. Okay, so we're going to clarify that energy. But last week of September, it seems to me that you, excuse me, you could be feeling very nostalgic. Okay, so there could be someone in your past that you are thinking about, but this is very specific. Some of you are actually thinking about someone who's no longer here. Okay, so if that's the case, my condolences, but the fourth week of September, you could be reminded of this person or you're feeling their presence in one way or another. Okay, and now the Three of Swords could speak about heartbreak. It could speak about, some sort of pain that you've endured, but it means that you've learned the lesson, right? You have the Sun card in the same spread. So you're learning from this hurt. So if it's something that you've experienced and you feel like, you have been very consumed by it, I see you kind of looking at the situation and saying, okay, well, what is this teaching me, or what have I learned, which could help me with, moving forward here. Okay, so let's see. Let's start off by clarifying the Queen of Wands. And Cancer, with the Three of Swords here in the last week of September, I also feel for you guys that something could be resurfacing for the last time. It's almost like it's resurfacing so that you could think about it, you could acknowledge it, you could heal it, and you won't be experiencing it again. Or when you do, it will feel a lot easier. And I'm losing my voice here. So it's like resurfacing so that you can heal it. Okay, sorry about that, Cancer. So let's go ahead and clarify the Queen of Wands. But as I was saying, something is resurfacing for you last week of September so that you can actually work on it, so that you can actually heal it. So you may be feeling kind of like, why am I feeling all these intense emotions? Or why am I being reminded of something that I don't want to think about, or something that causes a lot of hurt? But it's almost like that last, time that it will resurface so that you don't have to, deal with it again, or so that you're able to completely release it. So let's see. What is the Queen of Wands? The Lovers wanted to pop out here. So some of you definitely have a very important decision to make in the month of September. And again, it requires you to really use your discernment and say, do I want to continue investing in the past, or do I want to move towards a new opportunity? This is a very clear message that you're going to have a decision to make when it comes to continuing to live in the past, or invest in a situation in your past, or go towards a new opportunity, even if it seems a bit out of your comfort zone. Okay. So Queen of Wands, we have the Strength card. Your strength is really admired by those around you. There could be very tough situations that you had to go through, or very tough situations that people are kind of wondering, how did Cancer come out of that? How did Cancer, deal with that? That sort of energy. So not only is your strength being admired here, the strength in the Queen of Wands is finding that balance between being confident, being bold, and standing up for yourself, but also being kind and nurturing. Because the Strength card has a lot to do with responding with kindness, right? The only way that she's able to actually, excuse me, I don't know why I'm losing my voice during your reading. I've actually had to re-record your reading about 4 times. But again, what I'm getting here, Cancer, is with the Strength card, I do feel like there's something about responding with kindness, even if it is a situation that is kind of testing you or rubbing you the wrong way. It's, saying, okay, you know what, I'm not going to react to it, or I'm going to look at the positive side of it. And the lion there, she's able to tame the lion because she is responding with kindness. So there could be a situation that is causing you to feel powerless, but, there's your answer there. And again, what I was initially getting is finding that balance between being confident, being bold, having the ability to stand up for yourself, but also saying, okay, well, this is a time where I can actually give to someone or I can actually help them out. Because being bold or confident or standing up for yourself doesn't mean that you have to neglect everyone or you don't have to feel isolated while you're doing so, is what I'm getting here. The Empress, the Star card. Some of you are definitely in the public eye, or your skill or some sort of like an establishment that you have is taking off here. The Star card clarifying the Empress. I mean, not only are people looking up to you, Cancer, there is something that you're doing, and you're doing it in a very different way that people are not used to, and this is, helping you with exposure, or it's helping you with reaching more people who will appreciate the craft that you do. This is something that you're skilled at, because the Empress and the Star card could also be like a gift that you have. Okay. But I do see you receiving a lot more recognition, a lot more attention, and there's something about the way that you do things. So even if you're like, well, I'm in a really saturated industry, or I do the same thing as, thousands of other people, well, there's something that is making you stand out the month of September. And what's interesting is the North Star is like the star card in tarot, and you guys have the star card here. Many of you are walking into your purpose, or you are aware of your purpose, but you are taking things to another level. So there's some sort of growth there. You're starting to realize what you're meant to be doing, and it feels very fulfilling. And how you will know what this is, it's going to take off for you very quickly because you're meant to do it. It's supposed to be. There's some sort of it's destiny behind this. Ten of Swords, the Sun card. Yeah, something definitely resurfacing for you is what I see here, just so that you can heal it, right? Ten of Swords, the con is, painful ending. The pro is the worst of it's over. And the symbol that he's making with his hands is the same symbol in the Hierophant, which means, you've learned a lot from a painful ending or some sort of sorrow that you've had to endure, and you're still holding on to some sort of hope, which is helping, propel you forward here. The Ten of Swords also is, like a reminder, what? Yes, you may be in pain. You may feel like things are not working out the way that you wanted to, but this is the end of it, right? There's a lot of positivity that's coming your way, and you've completed a very tough cycle. The Hermit. Yeah. So I see a message of, not only hurt, but maybe even a painful ending resurfacing so that you could go within and learn the lesson behind it. And I feel like for many of you, you have learned the lesson. That's why I was getting a persistent message of something coming up for you, but this is the last time that it's going to come up, or this is the last time that it's going to emotionally impact you as much as it does. It's like a breakthrough, almost like a spiritual breakthrough that you're having, or it could be, like an emotional tie, for example, and you're finally, cutting that tie and releasing someone from your energy. So as much as it may hurt, you are moving forward, or you're able to progress without being so affected by this situation that you felt very consumed by. Some of you may have Virgo placements. And the Hermit also speaks about the last week of September possibly feeling a bit more isolated or spending more time on your own. And there's a lot of knowledge or a lot that's being illuminated to you, but it's about like not only you realizing that, it's like when you're going through a dark period, the Hermit is about, or the lantern kind of illuminates the way. So there's some sort of knowledge that is helping you in this path that you feel very alone in. Like, for example, if you are walking in your purpose, it could be very lonely. Usually the early stages of doing what you're meant to be doing, it could be very lonely because first things start to change within you, and then things start to change in your external environment, and then you may lose some people, you may lose some relationships, you may feel like the things that you used to resonate with no longer do. So yes, it could be a time where you feel very alone, but there is a deeper meaning as to why you're going through the things that you're going through. For many of you, you could be realizing that the pain that you've endured has something to do with your purpose. Okay, so let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 888 karma, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. A lot of money is coming your way. And I did say you will see some sort of like a significant improvement, or there's a lot of good news when it comes to your finances here. Okay, so a lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. So, attitude of gratitude, right, guys? This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. You are very gifted. You have something you can offer the collective, but you need to realize your power within first, because then it will become something that where people see you in a light where you don't see yourself. And that can really toy with your confidence or your ability to actually create and share your gift with others. 888, yes, it has a lot to do with balance, finances, but in numerology, guys, eights also speak about infinite possibilities, right? When you kind of turn the number around this way, it is the infinity symbol. So something is working out for you the way that it should. Again, what goes around comes around. Maybe, you were going through a season where you were enduring more pain and things weren't working out for you, but that season is coming to an end. You've learned a lot about what you have gone through, and now it's your time to, share that. Or something about your pain correlates with your purpose. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Leo. Okay, Leo. So I'm going to be starting off with an oracle here. What can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay. Okay. So we have one message here, Leo. We have decisions, the need to gain clarity through decision making. Okay. So what I see here, Leo, it's actually a very clear message that instead of gaining clarity prior to making a decision, the way that the download is coming through to me is there is a decision at hand that you may have been, putting off, or you may have been kind of just, not focusing on it, not wanting to think about it. But when you make that decision, or when you become clear on what it is that you want, I think that you will feel more at ease. What's coming through to me is a decision that you have kind of been stalling on, right? Whether this is financial, whether this is to do with the relationship. It seems to me that when you get clear on what you want, you will feel more at ease. In some cases, it is about getting clear on what you want or making a firm decision, and you will feel more clear minded moving forward. I feel like you know what to do in this particular situation, but maybe you just have been putting it off, or you have been wanting some sort of like sign or more clarity. But it seems to me it says the need to gain clarity through decision making. So I feel for many of you, once you make this decision, you will feel more clear minded. So let's go ahead and see what your financial message for the month is. Okay. I'm feeling called to tell you guys that you know enough to, make what you want clear in a situation. You may not feel ready, but that could just be, like an anxious emotion. We have unsteady for your financial message. Things might be getting wobbly in your cash flow or business. Abrupt changes in decision making are affecting your finances. Isn't that interesting that we have decision making here and we also have decision making as your first message? So I'm kind of seeing this hand in hand. This could definitely be a decision to do with your financial situation, and maybe you have been stalling because you wanted to think about it thoroughly. And it says, things might be getting wobbly in your cash flow or business. Abrupt changes in decision making are affecting your finances. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, there could be something in the past when it comes to your finances. Maybe you feel like you acted too soon, or you weren't, patient enough. But I'm still getting a message of needing to be clear on what it is that you want, and you will feel more at ease. Now, the unsteady card is nothing to scare you, of course, guys. It just has a lot to do with what you're, deciding what you're deciding on, of course, okay? But it could also be a different way of doing things. I feel like for some of you, it is about making a decision, but think about it thoroughly. It's not like you need to rush to make a decision, or you need to, it's like you don't need to rush to make the decision, but you also don't need to overanalyze or overthink, to the point where it's stressing you out, okay? So let's dive into tarot here. And it does say abrupt changes in decision making. So the way that you would make decisions, for example, if you have a business, maybe the way that you would decide how things would work, or how you would kind of hand out the duties there, was much different from how you're kind of making those decisions now. And so it's time to kind of analyze and say, was it working better when I was operating that way, or is my new method working better? Okay. So we have the Temperance on the bottom of the deck, okay, and we have the Ace of Swords. Seems to me that in September, you're going to catch some sort of a break, okay? So maybe, you've been feeling like, you've just been feeling overworked, or you feel like you've kind of just been, taking it day by day, but you've also been feeling very overwhelmed. There's something about you taking some sort of a break, or a situation that has been stressing you out. You're feeling more at ease about it. Now, with the Ace of Swords, I do see like a breakthrough. So, you gaining clarity or feeling more clear-minded about a situation, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. But with the Temperance, it may require you to focus on the positive. So if, there's a test, or, a situation or a person rubs you the wrong way the month of September, it's about turning the bad into good, or at least focusing on what is working and not putting all your energy towards what is not working. The Temperance has a lot to do with alchemy, so let's see here. Like, you may be in a situation where you're like, you know what, this could be better, or there's room for improvement. Like, I'm grateful for what I have, but I'm not where I want to be, right? And that's something that I can definitely understand. But the more you focus on the good, or the things that are, positive, you're attracting more of it into your life. So it's like an energy of not being hyper focused on maybe what is not going your way. Okay. So let's see here. We have the Four of Wands, okay, and the Four of Pentacles. The first week of September here, guys, you could be reaching some sort of a milestone. It doesn't matter how large or how small it is. It's just something you have been wanting for quite some time. This is to do with, your passion, so it could be a creative endeavor. It could be, a skill or a career that you're very passionate about. For some of you, it could be a relationship, reaching a milestone with someone. But what I see is you have been manifesting this for quite some time, and you're going to see a sign of it coming into fruition for you the first week of September. Okay. Now, with the Four of Wands, it could also be celebration. So some of you may be either invited to a celebration, or you're celebrating something, for yourself or within your family here. The second week of September, there's something to do with budgeting, okay? Either you are fixing or working on your spending habits, or there is a sense of budgeting because you are saving up for a large purchase, okay? Some of you are actually relocating, so it's going to require you to save some money or put some money aside here. For others of you, I'm getting an interesting message about you actually moving out on your own. Okay, so some of you could be moving into your own space, but it would require you to kind of, make sure that you are taking care of yourself and you have enough for your essential needs. So, your spending habits could really change when you are on your own, right? When it's like, okay, well, I have bills or I have responsibilities, and then I have to make sure my essential needs are taken care of before I go and, spend on my desires here. So there's something about, budgeting your money, or not impulsively spending it the month of September. Okay, so again, even if it's not about you relocating, you're going to be taking a look at your finances, and you're going to see where you could kind of save money, right? Is it that, could you avoid having takeout all the time, right? Or could you avoid subscription services that you don't really use, right? There's something that you're doing here that is ultimately helping you budget or save more money. And then we have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. Yeah, there's something that you're celebrating the month of September here. It could be with your friends, or you could be reuniting. I'm getting some sort of a reunion here. So, like, you could be reuniting with like old friends. Maybe it's like, a get together for, high school friends or childhood friends. It's like people that you have known for a very long time, although you haven't hung out with them, or you haven't really, connected with them in a very long time, is what I'm getting here. Now, third week of September, guys, there's something about following, what your heart desires, following your or listening to your creative side. So you may have a new idea, or, it could be the decision making that is happening for you in the third week of September, where it's like, okay, I'm going to follow my heart, or this is what feels right. It's almost like a burst of energy, or like a renewal of hope, where it's like, okay, I feel more excited, or I feel more fulfilled. So I'm going to choose this route here. But for some of you, it is like a new idea, and you have an intuitive feeling, or you have a gut feeling where it's like, okay, this is going to work out for me because I feel very passionate about it, or I'm actually very happy to get started on it. So there's something to do with your creativity that's coming up, the third week of September. But for some of you, it's assisting you in actually making the decision that you have here at hand. And last week of September, again, I see you like reuniting or hanging out with friends. I see it as a very positive energy, where you feel a little bit kind of like, it's almost like you feel at ease, or it's a very lighthearted energy where you're having fun and you're not too worried about your daily responsibilities, or you're not, feeling isolated or stressed out about what you need to take care of here. So I feel like, again, the last week of September could be really fun. You could be invited to more than one gathering, or it's just like, reuniting with people that you used to know, that makes you feel very like a sense of home, or, just brings a lot of happiness forward. Okay, so let's clarify what's going on here. I'm also getting a message here, Leo. You may have someone in your friend circle that views you as more than a friend. Okay, the King of Swords wanted to pop out here. See, the download about the decision keeps coming up. It's something about needing to use your discernment and being, truthful with yourself. But as I was saying, someone in your friend circle, yeah, Seven of Pentacles wanted to show itself too. Yeah, so someone in your friend circle here, Leo, may view you as more than a friend. Okay, so it could be a friend that wants something more, or they feel like they're developing feelings for you. I am getting that with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. That's the case for some of you. If that is the case, you may, receive a confession from this person when it comes to like around the third week or nearing the end of September. Okay, so the Four of Wands, we have the Moon. Okay, Leo, so there's a very, clear message here to focus on what is happening for you, A, okay, and B, it's like something about being grateful for what you know and not focusing on the unknown. Some of you are feeling impatient or a bit jittery because you are investing in something, but you cannot really see the future, or you feel like there's a lot that you don't know. So you could be in the early stages, for example, and you feel like there's a lot that you have to learn, which is completely fine, but there's something about not being distracted by what you don't know, or not being distracted by your weaknesses, or more so highlighting your strengths or what you're good at. Because the Moon speaks about, yes, what's in the unknown, but it has a lot to do with not being distracted by what's going on in the sidelines. So September, you could be, getting very focused or having tunnel vision on a goal, and it's about sticking to it. And even if there are mishaps, or even if there are obstacles or something in the way, you don't let that kind of throw you off of the vision that you have for yourself here. Okay. I also feel like there could be some sort of emotions resurfacing for you when you are having a good time, or when you are celebrating. So it could be emotions such as maybe where you started, right? And that could be a little bit of a sensitive topic for you. Or it could be that you're being reminded of who you used to be and who you are now. Like, as you're celebrating something very positive, there are emotions that are resurfacing. I don't really see it as negative. I see it as resurfacing so that you could see how far you've come. Okay, we have the Four of Cups here. Yeah, second week of September may be something that you're kind of like, I'm not really feeling it, because Four of Cups could be when you're not happy in the present moment. Again, Leo, I do feel like you are grateful for what you have, but when it comes to like your financial situation, you're not all the way happy. You don't feel like you're where you want to be, and that's fine. But it's something about knowing that you are a work in progress. You're working towards it. It's not going to be an overnight thing. And the Four of Cups could really just be, you feeling like the same, or the certain things that used to make you happy or resonate with you no longer do. And it could be a very not happy in the present moment kind of energy, or you find that, even if you are around people, you're kind of drifting off. Four of Cups could be a little bit of fantasizing or just being up in your mind, pretty much not being in, the current moment here. Now, the message behind the Four of Cups is not to focus too much on what you don't have or what went wrong in the past, because you're going to miss the opportunity that's in front of you. And sometimes it's all about our mindset, right? Like if we're in a negative mindset or we're too focused on the past, there could be a brand new opportunity in front of us, but we're not in the mind space to, see that. Five of Cups. What's the Five of Cups? The Six of Pentacles. Some of you are reminded of a situation where you may have felt very neglected. If it's a financial situation, you could either feel like you were taken advantage of, or you felt like overworked and underpaid. If it's not a financial situation and it's more of a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a family member, the same message applies. There's something about feeling neglected or breadcrumbed, and that could be resurfacing for you the third week of September. And there's a lot of disappointment because of almost an energy of, what, I wish I did not give to that situation, or I wish that I did not feel so neglected. Now, what I do see coming from the situation that is a pro is you're starting to figure out where you want to put your energy, and there may be someone or something that you're completely cutting ties with. Okay, so if it's like a situation you've been giving to it, maybe you're like, what, this is the month where I'm going to start applying for a new job because this job is just taking advantage of me. If it's a person like a family member, maybe you feel like this is a family member that always comes to you for help, whether it's financial assistance or just, emotional assistance. But it could be that when you want this person to be there for you, you don't feel like they return the favor. There's something about almost like cleaning up here, or feeling like, why am I giving to situations that I'm not receiving from? Okay. And then the Three of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay. What's the Seven of Wands? The Ten of Cups. There's some sort of an emotional confession, but it's from someone that you don't expect. It's that you view this person as a friend, is what I'm getting here. And with the Seven of Wands as well as the Ten of Cups, there's even an energy of you feeling a bit defensive towards this person, or feeling like it is a little bit out of the norm. But what I see with the Ten of Cups is it could, there is potential here. It could lead to a commitment, but there's something that's causing you to feel very defensive. Maybe for some of you, you just don't feel the same way. Okay. The other way that I could read this, guys, is like you could be reconnecting with your friends, and there's a conversation about you feeling like you're kind of very defensive towards new love, or you're not really looking for a relationship at this time. So, like, what I see is you're reconnecting with friends or family, and they're kind of like, okay, well, Leo, are you, dating, or are you in a relationship? And you're kind of like, that's not where my head is at, or that's not what I'm looking for at this time. I do see something along the lines of that. So let's see if we can get you guys an angel number. Five, 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 clarity. And I did mention you guys were going to receive clarity with that Ace of Swords that we did see as we opened up your read. So great transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast pace forward process. You aren't a victim of circumstance, rather you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. Yeah. And the fives in numerology, guys, it can also speak about like challenges or obstacles that you're facing. So I think there are a lot of things changing for you this month, but there are some obstacles that you are being met with. And it's more so about, okay, I can overcome this, or things are going to work out for me, even if it doesn't work out for me in the current moment. Like, maybe you have a business and you feel like this month is not the best, but that doesn't mean that your business is not going to do well. It's just, there's seasons in life, right? There's cycles. So sometimes you'll do really well, and sometimes it will be, the lows that you feel, but it's about, feeling balanced or being able to maneuver through that. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So let's see here. What can you guys expect the month of September? Let's see. Okay. So we have the message creativity, have fun, express yourself in new ways. Okay. So it's a very clear message here. I mean, this card is pretty self-explanatory. I feel like for many of you, this could be either like a new creative idea that you have, or for others of you, you're dabbling in a hobby that you may have enjoyed doing as like a child, or it's a hobby that you enjoy doing, but maybe you weren't really able to make time for it, right? And it says, have fun, express yourself in new ways. So you could just be trying something new as well. Like, I'm kind of getting sixth house energy for you guys. Like it could be something to do with like your daily habits. So for example, like if you do exercise on a daily basis, but you always go to the gym, maybe you're doing something different. Like you're, I don't know, taking a Pilates class, or you're doing yoga. Like there's something here that you're kind of switching up in your routine to add a little spice to it, or do things in a different way. And it may be something you're not used to, but this change feels good. Okay. So let's see what your financial or career message is for the month. Okay. So we have two messages here, Virgo. We have choices. There are a lot of opportunities waiting for you. Don't doubt yourself and trust your instinct in choosing the best possible decision. Okay. And we also have determination. Consistency is the key to achieving your goals. Keep doing what works well for you. Don't quit when you're tired. Quit when you're done. Okay. With the first card here, guys, just looking at the image, I feel like you may be in between worlds. It's almost like you may have a decision to make, or maybe you're deciding between, two different jobs here. This is your financial message. So it could be, two different jobs or two different, career paths. But I feel like you hold more knowledge, or you have more knowledge in what it is that you want to do than you give yourself credit for. It's like you're either telling yourself, oh, well, I don't know enough, or I should go with the thing that I know more about, or the thing that I'm familiar with. But there's something about like trying a new way of doing things, or just taking a new path that could actually really work out for you in the long run. And it says, don't doubt yourself and trust your instinct in choosing the best possible decision. Yeah. Choose what excites you. Choose what you are in, like, go with the path that initially comes to mind, not the one that you settle for, not the one that you choose because you're doubtful of, choice A. And as far as determination, I feel like there is something that you're being very consistent with when it comes to your work. And it's about, being very persistent, whether it's the days feel long, or maybe you're not seeing your desired results, but just being consistent is really going to help you reach that end goal. The days that you don't feel like doing it, or the days that, things feel very tedious, those days are the ones that really matter, because that's what, that's kind of your way of telling the universe, I don't really care if it gets hard. I don't really care if I don't feel like doing it. I want this, so I'm going to continue doing it. There's something about you incorporating more discipline into your, daily life as well. And it says, keep doing what works well for you. So for some of you, there is an energy of you wanting to start something new, or incorporate something new in possibly a career that already exists. But, consistency and focusing on what is already working is going to propel you forward as well. So there's nothing wrong with thinking of new ideas, but it's also a very clear message that you continuing to do what has been working for you is going to push you forward. Let's see here. Okay, Virgo. So we have the Six of Swords and we have the Judgment. Some of you could be relocating, or mentally you are moving away from like a situation. It could be, detaching from a person here. But with the Judgment, it does require you to leave your comfort zone. So even if it's like a thinking pattern, like for example, if this is pertaining to your career here, it could be that, excuse me, it could be that you're like, okay, well, I have been doing what I'm used to or what I have been good at for the past few months or the past few years. But there's something about leaving your comfort zone, and leaving your comfort zone is actually going to lead to something that is much better than you anticipated it to be. The Six of Swords is also leaving something behind completely. And I feel like for many of you, this is a mindset or a thinking pattern that has caused you to feel very stuck. Okay. It's like a new way of doing things, but that's going to require an old or outdated way of thinking to be released, right? Okay. Okay. So we have the King of Swords and we have the Five of Wands. Okay. The first week of September, I see that you're feeling very clear-minded, about your personal life, about your work life. King of Swords it's an energy where your head is not in the clouds. So there could be some sort of truth that is, being revealed, or it's just you becoming more clear on what it is that you want when it comes to, your life. This could be pertaining to your finances. This could just be certain things that you want to change about yourself, but it's a very clear-cut energy. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Second week of September, guys, I see a little bit of, too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay, so if it's like it could be at home, it could be at your workplace, but you feel like you're in a situation where you're either competing or there's a lot going on, a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, and this may be something that you want to avoid, right? It doesn't mean that it's something that is going to take a toll on you, but it's just something to look out for. Like if it's a group of friends, right? Maybe you feel like there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of back and forth. If it's a relationship, and maybe you feel like there's a lot of drama and you wish that you could avoid it. Second week of September seems like you're in a situation where you feel there are way too many people involved or way too many opinions involved. We have the Four of Swords, okay, and we have the Two of Wands. Yeah. I feel like the third week of September, you will start to feel more at ease, or you're going to be like catching up on rest, choosing to spend more time on your own. So you may be invited to places, or your friends want you to come out, and you're kind of like, you know what, I think I want to stay home. I think I want to, take this time for myself. There's something about you recharging. So, it could be that you're in like a very saturated industry and it's very competitive, right? Or it could be that you're in a friend circle where there's a lot of, back and forth. Something is going to become very draining to the point where, third week or nearing the end of the month, you're definitely going to feel like you need to take time for yourself, or time to recharge here is what I'm getting. Okay. I also feel here, guys, like there is, a situation where there are a lot of people involved, but the Five of Wands in traditional tarot, it actually speaks about coming out on top at the end because you're able to figure out what's going on and maybe what you need to avoid. So even if it feels like a lot of chaos going on, I feel like you know the right thing to do or say to remove yourself from that situation, or at least, if it's like a competitive environment, there's something that that could actually make you stand out from the rest. With the King of Swords, it's just about being very honest with yourself, and it's about looking at the reality of a situation and accepting it for what it is and not what you want it to be. Okay. And I feel like your judgment, or some sort of clarity that is coming forward, is going to really help you. With the Four of Swords, I also feel like for many of you, there's some sort of critical thinking taking place that is not only making you feel more at ease, it is helping you in some sort of a decision or a choice that you have to make. So this could definitely be pertaining to career. I also feel that you guys could be praying for someone or something. I don't know why I'm getting that, but you could be either like, going to church, or you're going to a temple, or, you're just praying, even if you're not going anywhere to pray, but you're praying for someone or something. Okay. Some of you could be, getting in touch with like your, faith, or you could be, getting in touch with your belief system. There's something here about that. Like either, maybe it's like praying for someone that really needs your help. Like it could be a family member, or maybe you're praying for a breakthrough in a situation because you're surrendering and you really feel defeated. So I see that happening third week of September. Now, last week of September here, Virgo, with the Two of Wands, there's something that is coming to mind to where you feel like you kind of rushed the process. So you're looking at it and you're happy, or you're kind of happy with where you are, but you still feel like you want some sort of a new start, or you're starting to realize you have the power to change your situation if you're not happy in the current moment. Two of Wands, he gets to the top and he's kind of like, okay, I have it all. But then he realizes he kind of rushed the process, or there are certain things that he missed in the process of it all, right? So for some of you, it's like, you could be very focused on the bigger picture, or you could be very focused on the end goal, which is really easy to do. A lot of us do it, right? So, not calling you out or anything, but there's something about, you know, focusing on your journey as well. There's a lot that your journey can teach you, and not just the destination or the end goal, if that makes sense. So, let's see here. Like there may be more of a focus of, I want to do this and I want to do it quickly, instead of, okay, I want to do this and I want to do it correctly, and I want to focus on the details. And there may be something where if you slow down or focus on the details, it could be more efficient or more successful for you. And it's something to do with your passions for sure, with the Wands energy. Okay, so let's clarify what's going on. Okay, so the King of Swords and Knight of Cups. I also see here that the first week of September, you may be receiving like an apology from someone that you had a falling out with. This could be someone that you, are in a separation with, or maybe even divorce in some cases. But you could be receiving like an apology. This could be read as an apology or an emotional confession. The second thing that I will say with the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords, a choice that you have to make. Yes, it does require you to be practical or be logical about it, but you should also be taking your emotions into account, because the Knight of Cups speaks about operating from your heart space, or your creative side as well. So it's not just, okay, this is a situation where I'm just going to use my mind to make the decision, and not use my heart. There's something to do with focusing on how you feel, or focusing on how something makes you feel. Okay. The Five of Wands, Six of Swords, and we did see the Six of Swords. You're moving away from something that is very conflicting. Okay, this is very specific, but for some of you, you could enjoy the job that you do, but the drama or the chaos that comes with it is becoming very draining, where you're kind of questioning, okay, if I like what I do, but it comes with all of this, is this a situation that is worth my peace of mind, or should I be, applying elsewhere, or should I be looking elsewhere so that I can feel at peace while I do what I love? Right? Six of Swords clarifying the Five of Wands is definitely you moving away from a competitive environment, or an environment where you feel like there's just constant chaos, and it's becoming very mentally and emotionally draining for you. Okay. It's definitely you leaving something behind. So I see a shift. Second week of September, we have the World card clarifying the Four of Swords. Yeah, not only is there some sort of critical thinking taking place, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, nearing the end of the month, the World card is about, closing out a cycle. Okay. For some of you, there is like something you have been thinking about, or someone that you have been thinking about, but it also feels very distant from you. So it's like, despite the distance, you're still thinking about it, or you're feeling consumed by it, and you're putting it to an end. For example, if it's like a job that you quit, a few months ago, you may still feel attached to it, or you're still thinking about it. And now you're like, you know what? I'm done being consumed by it, because I'm no longer, at that place. If it's like a relationship, then maybe you feel like you are healing from it, but you're constantly thinking about a person you're no longer interacting with, and you're putting that to an end. So just, apply it where it fits here. And we have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Yeah. It seems to me, nearing the end of the month here, you will definitely be figuring out a new way to do things. Okay. You do have a lot on your plate. I see that very clearly. So, give yourself some grace. Two of Pentacles could be not only when you have a lot on your plate, you kind of feel bombarded with your responsibilities. You know, you're taking it day by day. You're doing what you feel, entitled to, or you're doing what you feel like you should be doing. But it could become very draining. And Two of Pentacles, as well as the Two of Wands, is yes, you can go back and forth and take your time with making a choice, but it's very important that you decide what you want to give your energy to and what you're going to release, because you can only juggle for so long. Okay, so let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 1313. September 13th could be of significance for some of you, okay? Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's just of significance. It's coming up though. Starting fresh, encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, and communication. I did mention something about starting new or finding a new way to do things, and I did talk about a creative endeavor or something you'll be dabbling in. Stepping out of your comfort zone, did mention that as well. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you. Are we still recording there, guys? Okay, my apologies, guys. I had a little bit of a glitch with my camera. I wasn't sure if we were recording. But the angel number we do have for you guys, it's something about stepping out of your comfort zone here, okay? I do feel like for many of you, you're going to benefit from doing that. It also reads, builds up your confidence and trust in your decisions. All your skills and talents will. Okay, so here's what I'm getting, Virgo. I feel like with this energy, right? There is something about taking that leap of faith towards something that you desire. There is something about, okay, if you leave your comfort zone, it may feel difficult at first, but it's actually going to work out for you, and it's going to make you more confident moving forward. It's something about trusting yourself or trusting your abilities to complete something, right? Even if it's new and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. It's about saying, okay, well, maybe I'm not the best at it, but I can learn. And then when you make that decision, even when you're uncertain, it's going to help you build confidence and take more risks moving forward in the future here. Okay, so sorry that your reading got cut off there, but that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Libra. Okay, Libra. So let's see. What can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay. So we have overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Okay. So Libra, I feel like there's definitely something that you are like overcoming this month. Maybe for some of you it's a relationship, maybe for some of you it's some sort of like an emotional or financial loss. Okay, but it says get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Kind of looking at the situation that has really hurt you, or a situation that you feel very defeated by, and saying, what has this taught me? What have I learned from this that I can utilize moving forward? Or what can I what clarity have I gained that is going to help me in my healing or completely releasing this? I feel like this may be a situation that you felt very consumed by for quite some time, and I don't know why, guys, but I'm persistently getting that it's like a relationship. So you may have had like a falling out with someone. It could be a friendship, a romantic partner, it could be a family member, but it's someone that meant a lot to you. And maybe it's hard for you to find strength in that because you expected more, or you didn't expect things to kind of transpire the way that they did. But I am receiving a message about kind of looking at the situation and saying, what did I learn from it? And then gaining clarity to the point where you're like, okay, well, this can help me move forward. So let's go ahead and move on to your career or financial message for the month here. Okay, guys. So we have two cards here. We have Feast. It's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. An unexpected income or pay raise is on the horizon. Okay, so that's positive news there for you, Libra. And then we have Watch out. There is more than what meets the eye. Be careful with whom you deal your finances with. Someone might be taking advantage of your vulnerability. So September may be a month, Libra, where there may be someone who wants your financial assistance, and it's really important that you use your discernment or kind of pay attention to the situation and say, okay, is this someone that I should be helping, or is this person taking advantage of me? I believe Aries pulled that card as well, so some of you may have Aries placements, so check out their reading if that's the case. But it's almost like a situation where you want to trust someone, but there's more going on behind the scenes than what you know or what is presented in front of you. So, just be a little careful. Just make sure that you're, obviously, if it's someone that you trust and you feel like, yes, I can help this person, go right ahead. But if you do have a doubtful feeling, it's very important you trust your gut this month. Okay. And this could also be, where you're kind of like observing your friend circle. I don't know why I'm getting that, Libra, but it's very specific. You guys could be observing like your friend circle or your social circle. And some of you may feel like people are connecting with you because of what you can offer and not genuinely because of who you are. Does that make sense? So maybe you're trying to, maneuver through that or cut ties with people that you may feel like are just using you for their benefit. And then we have the Feast card. It's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. Okay, so there could be something that you're celebrating, or it's just a time where you feel very grateful, kind of like, look how far I've come. And so you could be doing something for yourself, or you could quite literally be getting together with your loved ones and celebrating like a milestone that you've attained in your business or career. And unexpected income or pay raises on the horizon. Okay. So definitely could be, money that you do not expect. And as far as pay raise, I feel like that has a lot to do with you communicating what you feel like you're worthy of or what you're deserving of. Sometimes I'll say, yes, there is a pay raise on the horizon. And then someone will comment and say, well, I didn't get a raise. It's like, well, did you communicate that you wanted a raise? Right, guys, it's about meeting the universe halfway. The opportunity is there, but you have to speak up as well. Okay, so just keep in mind, or keep that in mind. So let's see here. It's like there's also a message about, you being very kind or very generous. Like you may be someone who kind of puts everything aside when someone that you care about, needs your help. But this month, it's not only about putting yourself first, it's really, figuring out, are, people really there for me, or are they just wanting to use me for what I have, or are they just wanting my help, financially, but they don't really appreciate what I'm doing. There's something about that coming through very strongly. Like there may be someone around you that knows that you're in a vulnerable state, like you're going through something, or they may just view you as like a very generous individual, someone who has always helped them, right? But it's very important that you're not allowing people to take advantage of you. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands. It's interesting because I'm reading it with the Feast card hand in hand, and we have the Star card. Yeah, you definitely could be celebrating something. For some of you, if you have a social media presence, there could be like a video or a post that you make that is taking off. The Star card could speak about, something going viral, or, even a sense of fame. But Four of Wands and the Star card also lets me know, guys, like many of you, you're either, you're receiving some sort of a sign about your purpose, or you are, walking in your purpose. You're aware of what it is, but you are receiving more attention because of it. The star has a lot to do with, the Northern Star, or your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. So I feel like you're going to be, like I said, receiving a sign about it, or if you're aware of your purpose, there's something about you receiving more attention around it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, the Two of Pentacles, okay, and the Moon card. Be a bit wary on, or be a bit aware of, stalling on making a decision. The longer you stall on making a decision, or the longer you choose to juggle or try to maintain something that feels a bit overbearing, it's going to cause more distractions for, what you want, or where you should be headed here. Right? Because the moon is about, following your path despite the distractions. But with the Two of Pentacles coming out for you first week of September, there's a lot on your plate, and there may even be two specific things that you're kind of juggling, but it's becoming very overbearing, and you're trying your best to maintain it. But the message behind the Two of Pentacles is to make a decision, because you can only juggle for so long. There may even be a little bit of an uneasy feeling, whether it's because you feel like you're really busy and you're not really making time for things that you want to make time for, or you just kind of feel a bit all over the place. But the second week of September, I see you going within. Your intuition is definitely heightened at this time. So there may be some sort of signs or intuitive downloads that you're receiving that could help you move forward. I also feel, guys, with overcoming obstacles in the moon card, the lobster here that is kind of coming out the water is symbolic for emotions resurfacing. So the second week of September, when you do have emotions resurfacing about a situation that you felt very consumed by emotionally, it's not really resurfacing so that it could distract you or keep you stuck. It's resurfacing so that you can say, okay, this is how I feel. I feel these emotions. I'm going to allow them to pass through me, but I'm not going to dwell. And I'm not going to dwell because I don't want to project that onto other areas of my life. Okay. And there's also a message here about not focusing on what you don't know or what you don't have. The moon is all about, moving forward, being fixated on your path despite the obstacles, despite maybe what's going on the sidelines, that sort of thing. But there's something here you have been juggling that you can no longer juggle. It may be a financial responsibility, or you're working like two jobs, but you're feeling very defeated, and you're like, you know what? I'll just see how long I can do this for, or I'll just, keep juggling. But it's going to become very draining, and that's going to become apparent to you the first week of September. We have the Nine of Wands, okay? And we have the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. The Hierophant. Okay. So here's what I'm getting, Libra. With the Nine of Wands, there may be an energy of you. If I'm just going to be completely transparent with you guys, there's really no way to sugarcoat this. September, specifically the third week, or, nearing the end of the month, could be a little bit like things start to feel a little bit tedious, or you're feeling a bit drained. But as much as the Nine of Wands could be when you're feeling drained, you still have fight left within you. You're still, moving forward. It's just September could be a month that feels a bit draining. You're kind of tired. Not kind of tired, you're probably feeling very tired because of your responsibilities. And it's all about, you may need to cut ties with someone. You may need to block certain people or certain things out of your life in order to remain focused. And Nine of Wands is like that wounded warrior energy. So your hard work, your effort, how persistent you are, is going to pay off. That's something that I'm feeling called to tell you guys, because there may be moments in September where you feel very defeated. You're like, I'm working every day, or I'm feeling overworked, but I feel like that's all I'm doing, and I'm not really, attaining my desired results. But there's something about holding on to that hope. Your hard work is going to be recognized. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles there, which is interesting because I did mention that someone is going to be asking you for financial assistance. So that's just confirming what I was, telling you guys. This is about you obviously helping someone if you feel the need to, if you feel like that's the right decision. But it's also very important that you use your discernment and say, okay, is this someone that I'm helping because, I'm in a vulnerable state, or am I helping them because I feel like they're truly deserving of the help, right? Because the Six of Pentacles could be when you're spreading yourself too thin, you're giving to too many situations, or you're trying to help everyone out, but then you're leaving yourself, you're putting your own desires on the back burner. Right? So you may find that this is a month where people need your help, and maybe it's like a family member and it's a friend, but you're kind of giving from an empty cup, or you're giving to others so much that you may forget to take care of yourself. So that's just a reminder to make sure that your decisions are coming from a space of looking out for yourself as well, and not just, overextending yourself. There you go, overextending yourself in situations here. So let's go ahead and clarify these energies. It's like some of you feel very entitled to help people, or a message that I'm getting is some of you have a very hard time saying no, especially to those that you care for. But you know, if it means that helping someone is going to be hindering you in some way, then the answer should be no, right? So some of you are learning how to place some sort of boundaries, even amongst those that you feel very close to. Okay, so let's start off by clarifying the Two of Pentacles. The Strength card. Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to balance something in your life, or you're trying to maintain doing everything at once. And, you know, your demeanor, or, you know, your on the external, you appear very strong. You appear like you have it together, but internally there's a lot of like conflict, or this emotion of I can't maintain this, or I feel very drained. So it's really important that you honor that feeling, right? And listen to yourself. It's almost like some of you may have someone that you need to be strong for. Like, for example, it could be you have children and you want to, you know, be strong for them, and you want to show them, okay, you know, mom or dad could do anything, right? But there's also an energy of, well, is that really helping you, or is that bringing you down? There's something about really having to pay close attention to your emotions the first week of September. Five of Pentacles. Some of you could have gone through a financial loss and you're, you know, now coming out of it. But the Five of Pentacles and the Moon card could also just be like a mentality of lack, right? So if you have like a impoverished mentality, or there's something in your past that is affecting your ability to manifest and create in the current moment, it's like you may want more for yourself, but you could be attached to a thinking pattern, or you could be attached to your past circumstances, right? And it's really important to release that when you're trying to create a new reality here. This is something to do with your stability, but it's like happening, you know, for you mentally, where there could be a thought that you're having a hard time letting go of, or it's like a mentality of lack, feeling like you don't have enough or you won't have enough. And there could be a mindset shift taking place there. And Five of Pentacles in the Moon, I did say the Moon is about not focusing on your distractions. So some of you want something larger for yourself, but you're distracted because you constantly focus on your current circumstances. So it's like, even if you're not where you want to be right now, if you continue to focus on that, what you want could quite literally seem nearly impossible, right? So it's really important that you feel, or you show up as if you already have what you're asking for. And then we have the Queen of Cups clarifying the Nine of Wands. Yeah, exactly what I said. Listening to your heart. The Queen of Cups, you know, she honors her emotions. How am I feeling? Does this make me happy? Yes, I'm a nurturing individual, but I'm only going to give to situations that, you know, give back to me, that reciprocate that energy. Not only is it an energy of, you know, following your heart, there could be some sort of creativity, you know, third week of September, whether it's, you know, dabbling in a hobby that you know, you were fond of when you were younger, or it could be a new idea that you have, or just something that makes you really happy, even if it's as simple as like a spa day, or cooking at home, right? There's something here that you're going to be doing that makes you very happy, and it like feeds your soul. Three of Pentacles, yeah. It's just a message of, you know, who you need to work with, and being cautious of that. Three of Pentacles is someone who definitely wants to work with you. You may have more than a few people that want to work with you in your current like workplace. Even if it's like a business that you run, it could be people that have their eye on you and they're like, I really want to collaborate. They really admire what you do. They admire your work. But there is something about, like I said, not to sound too repetitive, using your discernment and saying, you know, should I be working with these people? Are they involved for the right reasons? And if you feel so, go ahead. But if you have a little bit of an uneasy feeling, it's really important to trust your gut with that watch out card. Okay. Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles is also an energy of, you may have someone who could actually assist you or help you bring in or generate more income than you currently do. Like, you may be used to doing things on your own, but working or partnering up with someone else could bring in more income for you, which could then, you know, lead you to the life that you want to live, or it could lead you to having more breathing room financially. Okay. So let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 1144. We have high vibes, divine intervention, prosperity, big ventures, fated events, faith, purpose, higher calling. Love or other happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity, an exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. I did say you could be, bumping into someone, or you're connecting with someone that could actually assist you, or help you with, help you financially, or help your business kind of, receive more exposure, whatever it is. It's almost like a meeting is going to, an encounter with someone is going to turn out much better than you anticipated to. It's interesting because I did say divine intervention, higher calling. For some of you, it's like you're, receiving a sign about your purpose. I'm getting that very heavily here because it says purpose as well. And I did mention that earlier. Yeah, September may be a month where, a little bit of obstacles. You feel like it's not the best month, or there are a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like there is, positivity on the horizon for you. I feel like October, you will feel a lot more at ease here. Okay. And that card speaks about high vibes. So even when things are not working your way, it's really important to remain positive, right? And not fixate on what is not working, because you're going to essentially or ultimately attract more of that. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. So what can you guys expect for the month of September? Let's see. Okay, so the message that we have for you guys is sacrifice, giving up something now for a future reward. Okay, so being okay with, delayed gratification here. There's even an energy of maybe it could be a habit that you have to give up, or maybe there's something that you don't really feel like doing this month. But the message here is to focus on the bigger picture. The message here is to understand, okay, maybe I don't feel like doing that in the current moment, but I do feel like my future self would thank me for that. Okay, so again, guys, this could be a habit, this could be a thinking pattern, this could just even be working towards something, right? So if it's your business, maybe you're working towards it, but it feels very tedious because, the results are not where you want it to be. But it's about, being persistent so that you are, again, you're being persistent, but you're more focused on the bigger picture and not really what's happening on a day-to-day basis. Just saying, okay, regardless of the results, I'm going to be consistent because I know somehow or some way I will get to where I want to be. So let's see what your financial message for the month is. Okay. So we have the card assistance. There are some resources you have overlooked that would help you resolve your financial issues. Someone is willing to help you recover. Okay. So this card doesn't necessarily have to indicate that you have gone through a financial loss, although that may be the case for some of you. Now, what I see here is there may be someone who's willing to work with you. So this could be more like a collaboration, or just someone who is willing to like show you the ropes or teach you something new that can help you generate more income here. Okay. It may be someone that you work with, but they're kind of showing you a new way of doing things, or it's someone that you are encountering this month, but they're opening, your mind up to a new idea, or just like a new approach when it comes to your finances here. Okay, someone is willing to help you recover. Okay, this is very specific, but for some of you, you may have taken action towards an idea that you have or had, but it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to. So, you could be connecting with someone that is telling you, okay, maybe the idea is not the issue, but let's try to do it this way. Or I can try and take what we have and create it into something more. So I do see some sort of financial assistance. So if it's not someone who's quite literally giving you finances, it's they're giving you an idea, or they're helping you find a new approach here. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Six of Wands, coming out on top. You are going to be more successful than, or an idea that you have is going to be more successful than you think it is, but it's going to require you to detach or walk away from what's no longer serving you, giving up something now for a future reward. So, it's a very clear message here that you are, you have an idea in your mind, okay? And there is a lot of success on the horizon for you. But the lesson or something that you kind of have to sacrifice or leave behind, if you continue to do that very thing, it's only going to prolong the process of receiving what you deserve. Okay, so this could be a habit, like I said, and it could be the fact that, you're not breaking the habit that could be creating a block here. It may feel very difficult to release this very thing, but I see a lot of success on the other side of it. Eight of Cups could even be needing to emotionally detach from a situation. Like, maybe you feel like you have been giving your focus to a person or a situation that is over as opposed to like an idea or, something that could be progressing for you. Okay. Let's see here. Four of Wands, okay, and we have the Ten of Cups. Wow. Love looks really good for you this month here, Scorpio. So you could be connecting with someone, and it seems to me it's more like the deepening of a connection. Like, whether it's you're already connecting with this person, but you guys are moving to a higher level of commitment here. For some of you, you could be like moving in with this person. Okay, that's very specific. But Four of Wands, as well as the Ten of Cups, I see it being a really good month for love or taking a connection to the next level. The first week of September, with the Four of Wands, if it's not about love or, connecting with someone, it could just be you feeling very happy about a milestone that you've attained for yourself. The Four of Wands could also be like a sense of relief or like a celebration, like finally we're at the finish line or finally we're at the end of this, okay? And the second week of September, I see you spending a lot of time with your family, whether it be direct, extended, friends, just your loved ones. But there's something to do with family that's coming through very strongly. So someone in your family could be celebrating something, or you're just getting together with your loved ones and it's making you feel very at home. Second week of September may be a week where you're also making changes to your home, whether it's renovations, whether it's you're like, what, I want a new couch, or this is no longer my aesthetic and I want to change around my aesthetic, right? There is something that you are working on inside of your home, making it feel more like, safe or sacred. There's something about like the design of your home or quite literally like renovating it. We have the Seven of Swords, okay? And we also have the Three of Cups. Okay, here's what I'm seeing, Scorpio. The third week of September, you have a situation here where you are protecting yourself. If you feel the need to constantly protect yourself in a situation or watch your back or have to look out for yourself on your own, that situation may not be for you. And that's a realization that could be resurfacing here. It's like you have a gut feeling that you're involved, whether it's, like a social circle or like whether it's at your place of work or if it's a relationship, you're constantly watching your back. That's how you will know what I'm speaking about. Constantly watching your back. You constantly feel like someone is out to get you or, people have hidden motives around you. And you're going to look at that situation and say, if I have to constantly, be on the edge or constantly doubt the people around me, should I be involved here? On the flip side, with the Seven of Swords, it could also just speak about strategy. It's not really a negative card. It's more so about, it's almost like a week where you will be highlighting what you're good at. For example, if it's like in your workplace setting, you're going to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. And in the Seven of Swords, he's kind of running away with those swords so they can't be used against him, in the future. So there could be something that you're doing to prevent, a conflict or something else happening in the future, and you're being very strategic about it. Okay. But I definitely see it here as being more strategic when it comes to your plans, like financially, maybe not speaking about something that you want to do and just speaking about it after it's done. But initially, what I was getting is there is a situation that you feel that you don't trust, but you're still somehow involved in it or somehow affected by it. And, September may be a month where you're like, okay, it's time for me to close the gap and or release this from my energy completely. Okay. Last week of September, I do see it being a lot more lighthearted. You could be, going out for drinks with friends, or it doesn't necessarily have to be a celebration. It could just be you hanging out and having a good time. I also feel, guys, like September, you may be connecting with someone and you guys develop a friendship, but you don't expect this to happen. So whether it's like you bump into this person at a gathering, or, this is a new individual, or an individual who has newly been hired at your place of work. It's like there's a friendship developing. You don't expect it to develop, but it's something that's very positive. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these energies. And this is very specific, but for some of you, there is a connection that is meant for you or someone you're connecting with, and it feels very safe, but it will require you to leave behind a situation that is no longer serving you. Like some of you may have a hard time believing in a connection that is actually very positive because of some sort of a third party situation, or, a connection in the past where you constantly felt like, the trust was lacking in that situation. That's just for some of you. Queen of Pentacles wanted to pop out here. Yeah, this is a month where you should really be focused on your investments, your energy, where you're, even your finances, but it's just what you're focused on, and realizing what you bring to the table, and knowing that you can't just freely give out your, attention or energy to anyone or anything. Okay, so the Four of Wands, the Devil, interesting. And we did get the Sacrifice card, speaking of needing to let go of something. So, you're very close to reaching a milestone, or you're very close to attaining, the life that you want, but it does require you to let go of something you have been holding on to very tightly, whether it be a relationship, a habit, a thinking pattern, it could be an outdated, way of thinking. It's almost like prolonging the process of your happiness or what you could have. Like, this is a very specific message, but some of you are very attached to the past because there's some sort of comfort that you derive from it, or you feel like that was the happiest or that was a very happy time, and maybe you are telling yourself that's the happiest that you could ever be, when really you could be happier than that if you were to detach from that. Does that make sense? It's like there's a situation that once made you very happy, whether it be, to do with your family or, financially, and you're attached to it because you're like, oh, I was really happy during that time, where you're not realizing if you were to detach, you could actually attract a situation that will make you, 1,000 times happier than you were in the past there. It's almost like you're deriving comfort from a past situation because you're not so happy in the current moment. For some of you, this is definitely a habit, or a habit that you picked up on while you were healing, almost like a coping mechanism is how it's coming through to me. The World's card, yep, this is, September is a big month for you guys. Not only is it a lot of changes here, it's an old cycle, an outdated way of thinking that's completely coming to an end. With the World card, some of you could be like physically relocating because you want like, like a change of scenery, or you feel like very consumed by maybe what you're going through because you have been in your hometown for a really long time. Like there's something about changing your environment, right? Or I could be picking up on what I said earlier, which is making some sort of changes in your home. Are you holding on to objects that have something to do with past memories that are not the most positive? Because objects hold energy as well. So you guys could be decluttering, reorganizing, maybe you're having a garage sale, or just donating things that no longer, serve you or you don't use. Okay, you're like clearing room so that you can have something new. Look at this, guys. Seven of Swords clarifying this. Seven of Swords. Let's see. Six of Wands. Something here can be very successful for you, and I can read this two ways. Something here can be very successful for you, Scorpio, but it's going to require strategy. So, for example, in your industry where you work, right? you may have like an opponent or an opposing party. This is just a generic example. But in order for you to come out on top, not only do you have to learn about your craft, but you may have to learn about, who you're going against as well. There's some sort of knowledge that you can attain about who you're going against or who is, in the same niche as you, right? Or, business wise, maybe it's, company versus company, whatever it is, there's some sort of strategy that you can use in order to not necessarily come out on top in like a selfish way, but to be successful, to actually overcome an obstacle that you feel like is keeping you stuck. Okay. For others of you, what I see is you may be someone who's in the public eye, you receive a lot of attention, okay? But there could be some sort of like an energy of not trusting the people around you, or maybe even trusting like the industry that you're in the month of September. Like it could really raise some sort of trust issues within you, is what I'm seeing here. The Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for many of you, this, again, like I said, it's a really good month for love in terms of like finding a very stable connection, or already feeling connected to someone, but you guys are taking things to the next level. But if I'm being completely transparent, it is going to require you to leave something behind. This something that you have to leave behind feels very difficult, but it's going to benefit you beyond belief. Okay. And again, guys, I'm being drawn to the fact that the Seven of Swords was clarified by the Seven of Swords. There could be something in your energy that you don't trust, and you need to trust your gut. You need to not ignore the signs or the red flags that are in front of you. There's also a message about being very careful when it comes to being overly greedy, or maybe just looking out for yourself and not looking out for those around you, because it could be something that can, backfire. So only take it if it resonates, but let's see if we can get you guys an angel number. 0220. Act on your idea. Realistic and practical approach to goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, discipline. Yeah. And I feel like with the devil, that sometimes that could be something you need to release so that you could be more disciplined. So like I said, it could be a habit or like a coping mechanism that is not serving you, that is getting in the way of your like full potential. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what your plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Okay. Yeah. Some of you, there's like untapped potential here. Like you are very creative, or, you're in a workplace where you could be doing so much better, but you're giving into, some sort of a vice, or you're giving into something that's no longer serving you. And you know what this is because you keep being reminded of it, or, it's like when you have a bad habit and you're like, okay, I should really stop spending so much money, or I should really stop online shopping. And you know that it's, not serving you, but it's also very difficult to let go of it because it feels so good in the moment, right? So there's something about this month kind of revealing to you, it's not about what feels good in the moment, it's about focusing on the bigger picture, delayed gratification, or, being disciplined to the point where it's like, okay, maybe that feels good in the moment, but is it going to feel good in the future? Maybe I need to start doing things that I don't feel like doing just so I can, attain the bigger goal that I have in mind. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see. What can you guys expect the month of September? So I'm going to start off with an oracle here. Okay, guys, so we have two messages here. We have ask your angels, seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. Okay. And then we have boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. Okay. Off the bat here, Sagittarius, something that I'm seeing for you guys is surrendering. Okay, September is a month where you're surrendering to a situation that you genuinely feel you don't have control over. Okay, you know, it's causing you to feel powerless. You may feel like it's a situation that you've kind of been trying to work out or trying to find a solution, but it's always ended up at, you know, square one, being where you're, you know, confused or feeling like there's no solution at hand. So there's something that you're surrendering to, or you're kind of like, okay, universe, or, you know, your belief system, I'm surrendering this connection, or I'm surrendering this you know, work situation. There's just something that you feel very defeated by. And so with the first card, it says, seek the divine, your angels want to support you. Some of you, it's about quieting your mind, or maybe even incorporating meditation, you know, in your daily practice. You would be surprised what it could do for you. When you quiet your mind, there are downloads that you can receive because you're in the space of being able to receive them. Where when we're on go mode, or we are bombarded with so many thoughts, we can't really hear what, you know, our angels are trying to tell us, or we can't really hear the guidance that is trying to come through to us. You know what I mean? And then we have boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. You could be setting boundaries with, you know, like a friend, a family member, it could be a romantic partner, but it's something about putting yourself first that is coming through with that card. You know, there is a situation here in September where you're going to realize that you have been overextending yourself. You have always been there for this individual. You have, all, you know, you kind of pick up the phone whenever they call. You may put everything else aside when they need your help, but now it's time to evaluate that and say, is it worth it? Right? Am I receiving what I'm giving to this person? Is my energy being reciprocated? That's the kind of thing that or that's the kind of energy that I'm getting with that card there. So let's see what your financial or career message for the month is. Okay, guys, so we have the message objective. Writing down your goals will help you in achieving them. Keep yourself on track to reaching your dreams one step at a time. Okay, so is this a month where you guys are, you know, maybe purchasing a planner, maybe you're purchasing a to-do list? Some of you do better with quite literally writing things down, you know, from pen to paper, not just in your notes app on your phone, right, guys? But writing down your goals will help you in achieving them. So there's something about, you know, becoming more organized when it comes to your finances here, Sagittarius. It could even be that you're doing a little bit of a detox, like, okay, am I paying for subscriptions that I'm not using? You know, could I be saving money instead of, you know, online shopping every time I'm in a bad mood? Or could I be, you know, saving money instead of ordering takeout every other day, right? There's something here that you could be doing that will help you be more organized financially. Some of you could actually be investing your money. So maybe you're hiring an accountant, or you're doing it on your own, where it's like, okay, I am, you know, generating X amount of income monthly, but this is, you know, this much is for my, you know, savings, this much is for, you know, investing. There's something about becoming more organized in your, when it comes to your finances. Okay, and it says writing down your goals will help you in achieving them. Keep yourself on track to reaching your dreams one step at a time. I feel like for some of you, like a checklist will really help, or maybe like a daily to-do list, right? I'm going to wake up, I'm going to, you know, work out, and then I'm going to write in my gratitude journal, and then I'm going to, then it's time for work block number 1, right? And then it's lunch, and then it's work block number 2. There's something about writing down your daily goals and also your larger goals, but your daily goals matter a lot because that's ultimately what's going to, you know, bring you to that large goal that you have, or that end goal, or that destination that you want to be at. Okay. Some of you could also be becoming more organized, like in terms of your home as well. Maybe you feel like, you know, your things are kind of all over the place, or there's some sort of a new organization system that you're, you know, getting behind here. So let's see. But something coming through very strongly is writing down the goals that you have. Maybe even journaling, right? Even if you're not feeling your best, write it down. Have kind of like a brain dump in your journal. And then you can always go back and look at it when you journal again, and you will see the progress that you've made. Journaling is one of the best things that you can do when it comes to the progress that you're making, right? Emotionally, financially, just spiritually, just growing as a person. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Death card, a situation that you no longer have control over and you need to surrender it, right? Well, you don't need to do anything, right, guys? I can't tell you what to do. But as far as the death card goes, it is about saying, okay, well, this is over, or this is not what I thought it was, but it's time for me to let it go so I can move on. It's accepting what is and not painting something out to be like what you want it to be. And we have the Judgment. Yeah, this is a very transformative month for you guys. You know, Death card and the Judgment is completely letting go of an old way of living, thinking, being. For you guys in particular, I feel like it's a situation that you may have been holding on to. You may have really wanted to fix it or make it work, but there's something about it feeling like, okay, this is over. This is the last straw. And if I keep holding on to it, I'm just going to feel like I'm going in circles. Okay, so you're having that realization. Some of you may have Scorpio placements in your chart. November could be of significance for you guys. November 21st for some of you. Okay, let's see. So we have the Sun card, beautiful, and we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting that the Seven of Swords is, you know, coming up under the Boundaries card. But let's start off with the Sun card. I think that September overall is going to actually be a very positive month for you. Not only are you going to feel more at ease, I think that you're feeling more at ease because you're finally giving up on situations that you don't have control over. You're releasing control. You're saying, okay, well, if that's over or I can't do anything about it, I'm going to release it. And you're going to feel so much lighter and brighter here. Okay, something that occurred for you in the month of either July or last month, which would be August, could be coming full circle for you in September. This could be a conversation that maybe was left off at a place where you had questions. This could be maybe you applying to a job but not hearing back from, you know, the recruiter, and you're hearing back from them in, you know, September here. Something that occurred in the month of July or August is coming full circle for you September. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now, the first week of September, not only is it going to be a very positive time, I do believe that there's going to be a lot illuminated to you so that it could benefit you in figuring out what you need to release. The second week of September will be a week where, in particular, this is very specific, so only take it if it resonates. There's going to be some sort of dishonesty that is resurfacing for you. What you do with this dishonesty, what you do with this truth that is being revealed is going to be completely up to you, right? That's the great thing about today. We have free will. But as far as the Seven of Swords and the Boundaries card, guys, like, there is someone who is being dishonest with you, right? And this is being brought to the forefront so that, you know, you're not in the dark about it. So are you going to choose to, you know, set very clear boundaries with this individual and choose not to trust them? Or, you know, are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt? Now, what I'm intuitively picking up on is it's really difficult for you to stay away from this situation. You may, so for example, if it's like a person, you feel like you're always drawn back to them, or you constantly want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But there's something about you realizing, okay, well, I don't, you know, trust this person, or I need to set very clear boundaries. Okay, so moving on from that energy, we have the Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords. Here's what I see, guys. Anything that is resurfacing for you, any sense of truth, emotions, right? This is all to help guide you, and it's to help in your healing the month of September. It may not feel that way, right? It may feel like, you know, it's a very crummy month, or, you know, you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster. And the Ten of Wands is letting you know, especially the third week of September, you're going to realize just what's not working. Ten of Wands is an energy of you working towards something every single day, or, you know, working towards something for a very long time, but you're not really, you know, seeing the results. So you're going to put an end to something that is just no longer working, whether this is a financial situation, whether this is a relationship. And I do see some sort of hurt resurfacing for you. And I don't believe that what you need to release is going to be easy, but I do feel like it's really going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit your peace of mind. Because there is a situation in your life, the month of September, where, you know, prior to or previously, like before even this month here, you've been feeling very consumed by it. You know, when there is a situation you really want it to work out, so you're doing everything in your power to have it work out. You're like, you know what, I'll just try one more time. Or you always want to see the good in someone, even though they've proven you wrong multiple times. There's something about acceptance coming through very strongly for you guys. And as much as this is just, you know, a general read or whatever is coming out, there's a situation in particular that is coming out for you guys. Needing to dismiss that situation or completely release it from your energy. Accept an ending for what it is. Because what if you were to connect with this individual again, what's going to come up is dishonesty or someone who is continuing to do the things that caused you to not trust them in the first place. And like I said, September may be a month where you're like, you know, why is this happening? Or, you know, it's such a hurtful month, or I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster. But as far as that goes, you know, the emotions are resurfacing so that it's almost aiding you in your healing, right? And the pro of the Three of Swords is like, this hurt is coming up so that you can acknowledge it, but it's over. You're learning from it. The lesson is, you know, something that you are grasping with the Three of Swords upright. You're not denying the facts, right? You're like, okay, well, this is what it has taught me, or this is what I have learned from it. Very specific, but for some of you, you know, could have been connected to someone in a commitment, or you were waiting for a decision to be made about a commitment. And now you could be realizing, okay, well, I'm not going to be waiting around for this person, or I've been waiting for this person to make a decision to commit to me, but they haven't done that. So, you know, I could be, or that could be an energy of, you know, you wanting to cut ties completely. So let's go ahead and clarify these energies. The Four of Wands wanted to show itself here. Yeah, there may be, you may be hyper focused on like a connection that you have, like a romantic connection or a commitment the month of September. And it's because there are certain things that, you know, are coming to the surface for you to realize. The Tower. Wow. That's very powerful, guys. Like, you know, September is a month of old foundations crumbling, or outdated ways of thinking kind of, you know, being left behind here, right? The Tower may be something that you don't necessarily feel prepared for, but it could also be read as like divine intervention when you've been trying to work something out, or you've been trying to find a solution, and now divine is kind of you know, finding that solution for you or giving you some sort of a break. I don't necessarily see the Tower as like, you know, a bad thing. I more so see it as something that needed to happen, something that, you know, cannot be avoided. And it has something to do with like a foundation, right? So it could be, you know, an old relationship that is crumbling because it wasn't, you know, built on a stable foundation to begin with. It could be, you know, an idea or something to do with your finances that is no longer working. So it's crumbling, but it's, you know, making room for a new way of doing things. Knight of Cups. Yeah. Wow. It's a very persistent message here, guys. You are going to be receiving communication from someone you don't trust, but they have not changed. There's an energy of you being aware of that. So, you know, do what you will with that information. Nine of Swords, clarifying the Ten of Wands. Yeah, there's something that's no longer working. Like, this could even be your responsibilities. That's usually what the Ten of Wands speaks about, right? You're working towards this every day, or you feel very entitled to a situation, but it's becoming very draining. Almost feeling, it almost feels like a never-ending nightmare. Okay, and the Nine of Swords could also speak about, you know, paranoia, or feeling like, okay, something is going to happen, or someone is out to get me. But be very wary of the thoughts that you're feeding yourself, because the Nine of Swords could indicate that it's just all in your mind, and that's not the reality of the situation. But I do see that you're putting an end to what's stressing you out, what is no longer working. You guys have a very clear message here. Four of Cups, clarifying the Three of Swords. Yeah. You know, Four of Cups could be when you're not happy in the present moment. And again, guys, just being, you know, transparent with you, September could be a month where it's not the most fun month, just because there's a lot of healing taking place. But Four of Cups is also a message of, you know, not being too focused on what you don't have or what has already happened, not being focused on essentially spilled milk, because you may miss an opportunity that's in front of you. Like, there is a new opportunity that is coming towards you, but you may not be in the mind space of receiving it. Like, if you're still attached to the past or attached to something negative, it would be really hard for you to see this, you know, new opportunity here. Another thing I'm feeling called to tell you guys is, like, with the Three of Swords and the Four of Cups, you may have been hurt, you know, in a situation, or you feel very betrayed in a situation where it has completely changed your outlook when it comes to your love life. But there's something about not giving up on your love life, or not giving up on, you know, authentic connections, just because there was a connection here that was not that. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's see if I can get you guys an angel number. Okay. 1551. Hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Yeah. September is a month where you're releasing things you no longer have control over, and you're shifting your focus towards things that you're good at, things that are actually progressing for you. Very specific download, but for some of you, there's this situation that I've just been speaking about for pretty much your entire reading here, guys, is like something that you felt very consumed by, where it quite literally could have been a distraction from your goals. And I think that's why you guys have the objective card that came out first over there in your financial message, because it's something about becoming more organized. Okay, sure. I was very consumed by this connection. I let it get the best of me. But I'm going to clean up this mess, or I'm going to release it so I could actually feel like myself again and focus on the things that, are working for me. There's a lot of your desires and goals that you put on the back burner, or you weren't as focused as you usually are because of this, situation here. So that's going to be changing the month of September. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Let's see. Let's start off with an oracle here. So what can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay. Balance. Juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Okay. Seems to me it's kind of like typical Capricorn energy, right, guys? When you feel like you need to take care of everything, you're trying to be the bigger person in all situations. You may be a caregiver or you have children of your own, but there is a lot that you're trying to balance all at once here at Capricorn. Okay, so there's an energy of maybe finding time for yourself, or finding the time to do things that you like as well. Maybe you feel very overworked this month and it's like, okay, I really want some time to rest, or I want some time to, partake in like a hobby that I really enjoy doing. Now, with juggling too many things at once could also be like your responsibilities and you feeling really bombarded by your responsibilities this month, because I'm getting the image of the Ten of Wands, which could be you constantly working towards something, but you feel like you're on your own, or you are doing everything on your own where you feel very defeated or energetically drained. So let's see what your financial message for this month is. Okay. Let's see here. Way too many cards. Okay, there we go. So we have assets. Your investments are growing fast. If you haven't tried investing yet, this is the right time. Your future promises long-term stability. Something you're working towards now is really going to pay off in the future. For others of you, it's quite literally what it says. Maybe it's not about just saving your money. You're starting to invest it. Where can I put this money so that I could double or quadruple it? So some of you could be making a large investment this month. I see it as something that would be very successful, or you are learning maybe more about investing your money, or where you could, or how you could make more money with what you have saved so far. Okay, so becoming more organized financially, yes, but there's something about actually investing your money, or trying to make more than just, saving a little bit and having it just sit in your savings account there. Okay, it says this is the right time. Your future promises long-term stability. Yeah, some of you could be well off, or you're really close to like a very large financial goal that you have. For some of you, this could be like financial independence, or like financial freedom, where you are very close to working for yourself and not working under someone else. I am getting that. So let's see here. Some of you could be purchasing some sort of gold or jewelry as well. Like maybe, there's like a watch that you wanted, right? Or maybe there's, a chain or a ring that you've wanted for a very long time, and you could be just caving in and making that big purchase this month. Maybe that's the thing that you're doing for yourself, right? Like some of you, you do a lot for those that you love and those around you, including your, whether it's your parents, if you have children of your own, you tend to do a lot for those around you, but you don't really, do much for yourself. So there could be like a really big purchase where you're like, you know what, I deserve it. I'm just going to buy it for myself. I do see that happening the month of September. So we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Lovers. There's like a turning point for you the month of September. This could even be like a learning curve where you are learning how to do something in a new way, but I more so see it as like a turning point. You have the opportunity to like step into a new way of doing things, or it could be that you have an opportunity to be hired at like a new job, or if it's like, you're an entrepreneur, maybe it's just a new idea or a new way of doing things, but you're like at a turning point where you're like, okay, this is what I'm used to doing, and this is an opportunity that's presenting itself to me, so which direction do I go in? And your answer here is go in the direction that makes you feel excited, not the one that feels mundane, not the one that you feel like, oh well, this is what I'm used to. The one that brings a lot of excitement or kind of lights a fire within you, that's the direction that you're leaning towards. A Gemini could be playing a large role in your life, okay, the month of September. Or they could be helping you make a decision. It could be a Gemini that's helping you make a decision. Or on the flip side, the one offering you some sort of a new opportunity here. So let's see. What I see is September is a month where you're going to be making some sort of a life-altering decision. This could be pertaining to your finances. This could be your living situation. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want to leave my hometown. I'm ready to move, right? Maybe you're moving states. Like there's a really big change that you're making, but it seems very positive, very exciting, something that is going to feel like a breath of fresh air for you. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. And we have the Four of Wands. Some of you are coming into union with, someone that you don't expect to. Like Two of Cups could be, a romantic relationship, but it could speak about like two very different energies. So maybe it's someone that you don't expect to fall for, someone who's not really like your usual type, that sort of energy. But the Two of Cups is, it has a lot to do with connecting with your higher self. We have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck here. So the first week of September, Capricorn, it's about listening to your intuition. There's something that your higher self is kind of nudging you to do, and it's about honoring that or being, acknowledging that here, okay? You are going to definitely be connecting with a soulmate. Soulmate doesn't always have to be romantic, but it's someone who is pouring into your cup as you're pouring into theirs. It's someone who's reciprocating your energy and helping you out, right? So like on an emotional level, you're really connecting with this person, and it could lead to something more if it's romantic. And if it's not romantic, it could lead to something more like, this person could become like your best friend, or it could be someone that, you're connecting with, but then you guys become like business partners, right? So take it how it resonates. Second week of September here, guys, I do see you attaining some sort of goal. Like your money, your finances look very, very good to me the month of September. Even if you're just maintaining what you're used to, generating in terms of your income, there is a goal that you are reaching. Again, this could be a large purchase. This could just be some sort of a financial goal that you've set for yourself. Okay. And then we have the Moon card and the Eight of Wands. Something that has been very stagnant is, moving forward. It seems to me that you're going to make a decision, or you're going to become very clear on what you want when it comes to your passions and your goals. And once you become very clear on what you want, things are going to take off for you very, very quickly. Like it's a very fast moving energy, possibly much more quickly than you anticipated. And Eight of Wands, right, means that September is a great month for you to be manifesting, right? That card speaks a lot about telling the universe or your belief system what it is that you want and aligning with that, and that energy is reciprocated, or what you want is, coming into fruition for you. And as far as the moon card, I do feel like there is the third week of September, there may be some sort of distractions, maybe even your emotions that are of the past that are resurfacing here. But the moon has a lot to do with acknowledging the distractions, but not letting them consume you, still having tunnel vision on where you're headed. Your path may be very different from those around you, or you have some really big ideas that people around you do not understand. Okay, and that's fine because it's not their job to, right? But it's like keeping things to yourself, and more importantly, keeping what you're manifesting to yourself. There's something about your ideas being very large, or people around you not being able to see your perspective. And sometimes when you express your ideas to those that don't understand, they could say something that is a bit discouraging, or they're putting some sort of negative energy towards it, even if it's not intentional. So there's something about keeping your goals to yourself and maybe speaking about them once you've attained them here. And yes, as much as there may be some sort of distractions, third week or moving into the end of September, it's about having that tunnel vision and saying, okay, you know what, that's just a distraction, that's just an obstacle, but I know what I want, and this is what I'm going to do moving forward to attain that. Again, I see some sort of fast progress in your finances or career. I definitely see that. And Four of Wands and Two of Cups could also be, again, a connection that just makes you very happy. Not for all of you is it going to be romantic, but it could be someone that you're really just connecting with on a friendship level, but then you guys become best friends, or you finally feel like you have someone to speak to because you guys have similar goals. There's a connection that you're forming in September that is really going to benefit you emotionally. Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify these energies. Eight of Wands could also be you hearing back from someone. So like communication, right? Whether it's maybe like a friend that you've reached out to and they're reaching out to you the month of September. It could be a job that you applied for and you're receiving some sort of, response from them. Okay. So the Two of Cups is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles. Yes, a brand new opportunity. This could start off as like a friendship, like I said. And again, for those of you that are looking for love, or more so a higher level of commitment, I see that in the cards here. But for those of you where this is, you're more focused on your business, the Page of Pentacles could be someone that you're actually learning from. That's like the student card in tarot, right? So someone who's coming into your life and, while you guys are connecting, you're learning a lot. Or you, on the flip side, could be a mentor for someone. King of Cups, Four of Wands, a lot of emotional balance coming in for you the month of September. So your emotions are starting to balance here. You may feel like August was a month where you felt a little up and down, feeling more at ease. But the King of Cups also has a lot to do with actually honoring your emotions and paying attention to them. Some of you could be going to therapy, or you're speaking to someone so you can kind of express your emotions and how you have been feeling. There's something about wanting to feel more emotionally balanced, but speaking to someone else about it could help you as well. Okay. The King of Cups is also an energy of remaining balanced, even if, things feel a little bit rocky. And the next card is the Moon. And I did say there could be some sort of distractions where you're like, okay, this is not really my cup of tea, or I wish this wasn't happening, but it's to hold your composure, or at least remain emotionally balanced through it all. Magician, clarifying the Moon. Yeah. You're very close to something that you have been manifesting. Eight of Wands, Magician. It's a very, very powerful time to manifest. Be careful with the way that you're speaking to yourself. Scripting could be very beneficial for you this month as well. It's like you're really in an energy of speaking things into existence. So that's why I'm saying be careful with how you speak to yourself, or what you're speaking into existence here. Because I see that you're very close to not only something you have been manifesting, there's some sort of fast progress when it comes to your, passions or your creative side here. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. For some of you, this is actually financial freedom. You could be quitting a job. You could be very close to quitting a job, right? It could also just be that you are able to like take care of yourself or like move out on your own. Like maybe some of you live with your parents or you live in a shared space and you finally feel you have that financial freedom to either move out on your own or start to travel, or whatever your plans are. But I see your money looking very good and like a very independent energy where you genuinely feel like I'm where I want to be, my finances are where I want them to be. So very positive message here. Let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so many cards here. Let's see. Okay, 0909, new beginnings, great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, big love. And I did say it's such a great month for love for those of you that are obviously looking. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up, huh? Close the old chapter, a new adventure will unravel. Yeah. And even with the first card with balance, juggling too many things at once, like there's something about you entering a period where you don't have to work so hard. Whether it's because you're coming into union with someone, whether it's a partnership that is helping you where you feel like you don't have to do things on your own. And don't get me wrong, I do feel like you're in a very independent energy, but there's something about you not having to work so hard. Either you're working smarter, or it's someone that's coming in, or a partnership that kind of takes some of the load off of you. But I am getting that very strongly here. And it says look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. I feel like this opportunity comes with a connection. Okay, a connection that you're developing in the month of September. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, let's see. Let's start off with an oracle here. Okay, so what can you guys expect for the month of September? Okay, guys, so we have the message recognition, admiration for your hard work is coming. Okay. Some of you could be receiving, more attention for like a skill that you have, but I'm also getting some of you may have like a social media platform. Okay. So it could be that you're receiving more recognition, or there's like a video or a post or something that you're creating that is going viral here. Okay. But it's interesting because it says admiration for your hard work is coming, which means some of you feel like you really have been working very hard, but you are not really attaining your desired results, or you feel like the results aren't really where you want them to be. So I see that changing for you the month of September. Let's go ahead and see what your financial message for the month is. Okay. One second, guys. I just dropped a card here. Okay. Cards are falling all over the place. Let's just reshuffle. So what is your financial message for the month? Some of you could be learning something new, okay? Or you are kind of like there's some sort of advancement in, wow, there's way too many cards coming out here. There's some sort of advancement when it comes to like something that you're already familiar with, right? So if it's not like you're quite literally taking a course, it could be a skill that you're familiar with, but you're gaining more knowledge on it so that you could do something different with it, or that you could just, know more here. So the message that's coming out for you guys is balance. You need to balance your career and personal life. Honesty and business ethics are important to establish credibility in your work environment. Okay. So obviously, this card is kind of, self-explanatory, but does speak about, having, that work-life balance, right? Maybe some of you feel like you haven't necessarily been making time for yourself or the things that you enjoy doing, and it kind of has just been, you working very hard towards your goals here. Okay. For some of you, I sense some sort of like you being in a career where you're not completely satisfied, or you feel like you're overqualified for the current environment that you're in. I don't know why I'm getting that. And then we have honesty in business. Ethics are important to establish credibility, in your work environment. There may be a situation that is coming up for you this month where it may require you to be honest or speak your truth, instead of just looking out for yourself here. Okay. Or there is something that you have, like you're speaking your truth about, but it's making you be viewed in a different way. But I see it as positive, where it's like, maybe there's some sort of bickering going on, and you're just being upfront about it instead of speaking behind someone's back, right? Maybe there's like an ongoing issue in your place of work, and you're bringing it to the forefront, you're bringing it to your manager because you want to find a solution here, right? There's something about your honesty that's going to be paying off. And I also feel on the flip side, like for some of you, it could be that you're wanting more honesty from your colleagues or the people that you work with. Maybe you feel like there's something going on where they're not being all the way upfront. So let's dive a little deeper. Okay. Some of you really feel like work has taken a toll on you, or that's something that you're really focused on. Even if you don't work for yourself, maybe some of you do, but it's almost like when you're done working, you're still consumed by it. You're still thinking about what you could be doing. So if you have a business, it's like when it's time for you to rest, you may have some sort of guilt associated with resting, because you're telling yourself, well, I could be doing something, or I should be doing something. But you don't always have to be doing something, because you recharging is just as important. And I think that's the message behind the balance card there. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups and we have the Lovers. A very big decision that you have to make, the month of September here. The Lovers is usually like a turning point in your life, or some sort of like it's genuinely a life altering decision, whether it's needing to relocate, whether it's choosing to quit a job that you have been working for a couple of months or years. And with the Knight of Cups, I think that you are leaning towards the direction of what makes you happy or what feels more emotionally fulfilling. So when you're at this crossroads of, whether it be two opportunities in front of you, you're like, okay, which one makes me happy? Which one do I feel fulfilled doing? Okay. For some of you, September may be a month where you have more than one option in your love life as well, with the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have the Judgment. Some of you may have Scorpio placements in your chart, and the King of Cups. Yeah, and it's interesting because the King of Cups is coming up under the Balance card. And so the King of Cups is actually associated with balance, but more so emotional balance. So there could be, maybe the past few weeks or months you've been feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster. And there's something about September where you're trying to, yes, get in touch with your emotions, but also feel a lot more balanced, not, letting your emotions consume you, or not being so reactive to situations that really take a lot of energy from you. Okay, so starting off with the first week of September here, as far as the Judgment card goes, this is a massive change. You are making either a change in your, like your daily routine, or there is something you have been doing for a very long time. You may have even felt consumed by it, and you're completely releasing it. The Judgment is when you're ready to go after your desired life, and you're leaving behind anything that's in the way, or anyone that's in the way in some cases. Okay, you could also be having like some sort of an awakening where you're feeling that you are receiving signs about your calling, right? This could be something to do with your purpose, or something that you just feel guided to do, and it's associated with the collective. So some of you have like a gift or a skill, and you could be utilizing that skill in order to help those around you. it's like giving to others is somehow going to benefit you or generate more for you, whether it's, financially, emotionally. It's like something very fulfilling that you're feeling called to do. Okay. And so only you're going to know what that is. Again, with the King of Cups, I do see it as you trying to be or trying to feel more emotionally balanced. This could also be a card of like going to counseling or therapy. Maybe some of you felt that you could deal with your issues on your own, or your emotions or something you don't really like to think about or talk about. But maybe you're at the point in, the month of September where, you're like, what, let me just, try to go to therapy, or let me just try to speak about my emotions so I don't feel so alone. Okay. The King of Cups is also a message of remaining positive, or, keeping your head above water even when things feel a bit rocky. And like I said just a couple of minutes ago, not being, overly reactive to situations or things that are happening around you. So we have the Two of Wands and we have the Ten of Cups. Wow. September may be a very analytical month for you in terms of, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I truly fulfilled? Like there may be a lot of soul searching, or you're digging deep, beneath the surface when it comes to your current lifestyle and the things that you're doing. You may even have a shift in what makes you happy, or there's like a shift in your, like a creative endeavor that you have, something that you're passionate about. Okay. Two of Wands could speak about, having the power to actually create your reality. That's why he's like holding the world there in his hands. So many of you have a lot more power over, or power to create a change than maybe you're aware of. The other thing I will say with the Two of Wands is, there's some sort of a waiting game coming to an end. This could be you versus your goals. Have you been waiting for the right time to, start a new idea? Have you been waiting for the right day to start, incorporating exercise into your a daily routine? There's something you kind of have been waiting for, and you're just saying, no more of that. I'm not waiting. I'm just going to get started. Because it's something that you're becoming very impatient with here. Okay, the Two of Wands could also be you. In the month of September, you're creating some sort of plan for your future. So you're like, what can I do now, right? Or what can I do in the current moment every day to get closer to where I want to be? And you could be writing down a plan, or you're just mentally planning this. Last week of September, I do see that this could be a time where you're reconnecting with family members. It could be, some sort of a gathering that you're going to. But Ten of Cups is a card where it's very positive news when it comes to your love life, or if it's not directly like a romantic partner, it's something that's very emotionally fulfilling. Like some of you could just be reconnecting with your cousins or siblings, or, whether it's direct or extended family, but it's making you very happy here. So let's go ahead and clarify these energies. With the Ten of Cups, I'm also getting a very specific message, but nearing the end of September, you may start to realize what you actually want when it comes to a connection. Like, what does your ideal partner look like? What does your ideal relationship look like? A lot of soul searching, or figuring out who you really are and what you really want and what's truly fulfilling to you the month of September. Okay. Okay. Judgment, Nine of Cups. Yeah, a change that you're making that is going to lead to happiness. September may also be a month where things are just flowing to you. You don't feel like you're overworking, or you don't feel like you're working so hard to, attain the things that you want. Nine of Cups is when things are just flowing to you, very easygoing energy, and because the Nine of Cups is clarifying the Judgment, I do see it, Aquarius, as you making a change that feels very difficult is actually taking you, or propelling you forward towards this dream life that you desire. Nine of Cups could also be you treating yourself as well. Okay, maybe there's, a restaurant that you really wanted to go to and you're treating yourself to that, or it's a service, right? But it's like, it could be where you're like, what, I'm deserving of this, or I've been working really hard. I'm going to do something that makes me happy. But initially, what I was getting here, guys, is like a change that you're making that is actually leading you to happiness. The Chariot. Some of you may have Cancer placements in your chart. What's interesting, guys, is on the bottom of this deck, it's the Ten of Cups as well. So that's actually really positive. But the Chariot clarifying the King of Cups is, forward movement when it comes to emotionally moving on from a situation. It's forward movement when it comes to, not only just emotionally moving on from a situation, guys, there's something about you accepting a situation for what it is. Okay. There is something you want to create. And if you can imagine it, then it can come into fruition for you. But it's just about, that middle gap there, or what's causing a gap is you actually believing, okay, that is not far-fetched. I can, attain that. I just need to take practical steps towards it. It's almost like things are picking up the pace for you with the Chariot, something that has been very stagnant. And it could even be the recognition card, right? Like if you feel like your business has been very stagnant, you haven't been receiving the recognition that you want, things are going to be picking up the pace much, much more quickly than you anticipated. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Something that's going to help you in the month of September is focusing on what you're investing your energy and finances into, right? And this seems like more of a financial thing. Like, yes, it's something you're passionate about, but I do feel like it is correlated to your income. And the Queen of Pentacles is realizing what you bring to the table and taking a few steps back and saying, okay, am I approaching this the right way? Could I be doing this in an easier, way? Am I overworking? But it's almost like the way that you're doing something is what you're focused on. I don't feel like you're scrapping an idea or starting from scratch, but there's an easier way to do something that you're currently doing, is what I'm getting at. And the Queen of Pentacles is all about knowing what you bring to the table, knowing your worth, and then being very cautious, right? About where you put that energy or what you're investing your time into. So some of you could be, maybe like detoxing your life a little, right? It's the small things that you pay attention to. What are the TV shows that you watch, right? What is the music that you constantly listen to? Because these are the things that are, programmed into your subconscious. So there's some sort of changes you're making with that as well. And then we have the Temperance. What's the Temperance clarifying the Ten of Cups, the Page of Cups? Wow. Some of you could be receiving a message from someone that you're fond of that makes you very, very happy. It could definitely be romantic, like I'm kind of getting like a crush energy, or it could be a family member that you're, let's clarify the Page of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this seems more romantic to me. Aquarius, it seems to me that it's someone that you're fond of. You could be receiving a message from them with the Page of Cups, and there is a lot of potential here. It just seems to me that it may be like a step-by-step process where you guys are like getting to know each other, and then furthermore you guys are able to like build a connection. This could also be fairly new with the Page of Cups, but I don't see it as like a secret admirer. Instead, I feel like you know who this is because you have been connecting with them, but you may be in the early stages of that. Okay. It definitely could be a water sign. We have water energy, earth, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and I'm specifically getting Sagittarius here, okay? For as far as, who you may be receiving a message from, someone who wants to build with you, and this could be occurring nearing, the end of September, moving into October. Okay, so let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 0330. Lucky shift. Love, peace, hope, and optimism. Transferring responsibility to others. Progress, creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. For some of you, there could be healing taking place in your throat chakra. So, whether it's being able to speak up for yourself, whether it's being able to speak your truth without constantly feeling like you're going to hurt someone else in the process of it. There's something about being able to speak up for yourself or say something that you've wanted to say for quite some time here. And it says, pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Yeah, you're leaning towards the direction of something that makes you feel very fulfilled. And if you choose to pursue that as a career, it's going to benefit you a lot more than you see now. And it's because you're doing something that you feel passionate about. But it seems to me it's helping the collective in one way or another. Your ability to communicate is improving. Yeah, so there's something, even if it's like a workplace setting, guys, I feel like for some of you, it could be that you are actually speaking up and saying, okay, you know what, I do feel overworked, or I do want a raise here. And it's something you've been thinking for quite some time, but you have been held back on actually communicating it. So I see some sort of a throat chakra block being removed the month of September. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. So let's start off with an oracle here. What you guys can expect for the month of September. Okay, guys, so the message that we have here is twin flame, a spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. So I could be, speaking to someone specific here if you are, in a twin flame connection, but this could also just be you coming into union with someone that you feel very deeply towards. So we're going to dive into tarot, see what's going on, but September could definitely be a month where you're coming into union with someone, like I said, that you feel very deeply connected to. Okay. There could also be something that you're learning from a connection. Twin flame connections have a lot to do with learning about yourself. There are different kind of twin flame connections as well. There is one where you guys have like a purpose together. But what I'm seeing is there's something this connection is, kind of teaching you about yourself, or it's making you look within, go within here. So let's move on to your financial or career message for the month. Okay. We have lucky you. This is your lucky time. Things are turning in your favor. Take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. Okay, so this coming out in your career message is actually very positive. There could be, an opportunity that is presented to you, or it could just be a very favorable time. Like some of you could be like investing your money and it's working out for you, or it could be something along the lines of excuse me, something along the lines of like an opportunity that you don't expect, but it's coming towards you. And it's something about having to act on it very quickly as well. It says take advantage of this opportunity and make the most out of it. It may be something out of the ordinary, something that you're not used to, but I see it actually working out for you. I see this as very positive. I also feel September is a month where your finances are looking good. You kind of feel like things are flowing to you. You're not necessarily overworking or feeling bombarded with so many responsibilities. Okay. The Five of Wands wanted to show itself. It didn't come out though, but some of you may be, working in a very competitive environment. So we have the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Lovers. Yeah, you have a very important decision to make when it comes to a romantic connection. That's coming through very strongly, not only with the Twin Flame card, but we have the Lovers and the King of Swords. And, this is not only about using your discernment, but it's about seeing the truth of a situation, not what you want it to be, but seeing it for what it actually is. And so with the King of Swords and the Lovers, you have a very important decision to make when it comes to a romantic partnership the month of September. Some of you could be choosing to cut ties with someone. The King of Swords could be symbolic for like going through a divorce or a separation. Or on the flip side, it's just about being very clear-minded and accepting the truth of a situation, and it's aiding you in making the right decision for yourself. Okay. So what do we have? We have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is a very exciting opportunity coming your way. This may be occurring, first week of September, which we're currently in. So, Knight of Wands is something that's very exciting. It kind of lights the fire within you, and it could be also very fast moving. It could be a fire sign that's offering you this opportunity, or there's just like this very firing and exciting energy that you feel while this opportunity is being presented to you. For some of you, I see you traveling for work. Okay, so you could quite literally be like leaving the state or leaving the country, something to do with traveling for work. Or some of you, what you do for work, it's kind of like a global platform. So maybe you have a YouTube channel, maybe you just have a social media presence, but it's something about like a global platform or going global with the business idea that you have even. Um, Ten of Pentacles, yeah. A very important decision when it comes to your stability, when it comes to, a commitment that you have. And really, it's coming through as a romantic partnership to me. So some of you are, connecting with someone, but September may be a month where you guys are discussing how to take things to the next level, or you guys are discussing maybe more, you guys are discussing the finances in the relationship here, or something to do with the stability. So if you're connecting with someone overseas, maybe it's like, okay, are you going to be moving over there? Are they going to be moving closer to you, right? If it's, something pertaining to stability, but more so finances, it's kind of like what you bring to the table, what this person brings to the table, and what you guys could currently afford together, right? There's something to do with like a conversation pertaining to the stability of a connection. And then we have the Three of Wands, okay, and we have the Four of Swords. The third week of September, you could definitely be creating some sort or making some sort of plans for your future. For some reason, guys, I'm specifically getting something to do with travel. Like you could be relocating or you're traveling because of a partnership, but you're making some sort of travel plans. Like, okay, I feel, I am where I need to be right now, but this is what I want to do moving forward. So there could even be something that you're like saving up for when it comes to like a future goal that you have. The Three of Wands is also about choosing a direction that you want to go in, which I feel like nearing the end of September, you will be making this decision. Because in the Three of Wands, he's holding on to one wand, so you're finalizing something. You're making a decision. You're saying, okay, well, this is the direction that I want to go in. This is the path that I want to take. This is the path that makes me feel most excited or most fulfilled. And end of September could be a little bit of a slow period, or you're, catching up on sleep. It could be a card of healing, but I more so see it as things kind of slowing down, or you getting the time to, kind of just breathe and catch up on sleep, or just there. It's a very restful period. Okay. I also feel, guys, that in the Four of Swords, there could be something that you're really wanting, but you're leaving it up to divine or your belief system. I kind of see you praying over something that's bothering you, and you're just like leaving it alone because you feel like there's nothing you can do to change what's going on. So you're, surrendering it, is pretty much what I'm getting here. But overall, I see September as very exciting for you when it comes to your career and new opportunity. And as far as your love life or partnerships, I see that you guys are, discussing, or there's a conversation about the stability of the connection you have with this person. So it's like, we're ready to take things to the next level. So where should we, move, or are we ready to be in a live-in situation together? Like the next step could obviously vary for each and every one of you. It is a general read, but I do see a conversation surrounding that. Okay. And again, guys, I do see there's like an energy of planning for the future, just becoming very clear on what it is that you want. And for some of you, it's, leaving behind, something of your past. But specifically, I'm getting travel or relocating for some of you, okay? So let's see. Let's clarify these energies. In the Ten of Pentacles, I also feel like there's something that you don't expect that's going to turn out to be better than you anticipated to, especially when it comes to your finances. Like, maybe you're taking up a new opportunity and you have, something in mind in terms of how much they are going to pay you or how it's going to work out, but it's going to be better than what you expect. Also, second week of September, you may be encountering someone where, first of all, you don't expect to encounter them, right? You don't expect to, connect with this individual, but they're actually teaching you something, but it's coming from like an unexpected source. So maybe it's just like a random person that you're bumping into, but then they end up teaching you a lot about, marketing. And that's something that you have been trying to learn about because, you're running your own business. That's just a generic example, but you're receiving information that benefits you from an unexpected source. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, so let's start off by clarifying the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Things moving very quickly for you in your career, but it's also, an energy of needing to be cautious or thinking about things thoroughly. So as, you're receiving this opportunity or you feel like your career is kind of finally like picking up the pace here, Knight of Pentacles is about being very like premeditated, calculated, and saying, okay, things are moving quickly, but am I missing any, details? Am I paying attention to the fine print? Am I making sure that I know everything that's going on? It's just kind of being a little more cautious or slowing things down a bit so that you're not missing anything kind of in the midst of it all, because I do see things happening very quickly for you. Knight of Pentacles is also an energy, guys, of like, you're taking your responsibilities very seriously. There's something that you're working towards, and it may feel a little tedious. It may feel that, it's something that will require a lot of work or will take a lot of time, but it's going to pay off for you in the future. The Ten of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Yeah, very, very positive message for love. Like there's a connection, like I said, not to sound too repetitive. I see it, as actually a very successful outcome. So you and this person are going to have a conversation about the stability of this connection, and you guys are going to come to some sort of a mutual agreement that makes the both of you happy. Okay, you may be in the public eye or you're connecting with someone that's in the public eye with that Six of Wands energy. Eight of Swords, clarifying the Three of Wands. Yeah, careful with the thoughts that you're thinking. Eight of Swords could kind of just be an energy where you're up in your head, you're feeling restricted by your thoughts, or, you're feeding into your negative or pessimistic thoughts here. It's almost like you're able to attain something or set a goal for your future, but there's something you're telling yourself mentally that is making you feel like you're not capable. That's why it goes back to, figuring out or paying attention to the thoughts that you're thinking, or, why do you feel like you're unable to do something, right? Is it an insecurity? Is it because in the past something didn't work out? Because you're more capable than you feel, is what I'm getting here. What's the Eight of Swords, the Sun card? Yeah, I don't see it as anything you have to worry about. I think you're just up in your head, or maybe it's, September is a month where you're kind of like feeding into your negative thoughts, or you're naming or you're picking reasons as to why something feels more difficult and not why you're actually able to attain something. But I kind of see it as unnecessary worry because it's being clarified by the Sun card. So I still see it as a positive outcome, or you being able to overcome the worry and the stress that you feel that is associated with your long-term plans here. Ace of Cups, clarifying the Four of Swords. Yeah, this is a love offer. I also see it as, a new beginning that is very emotionally fulfilling for you guys. And what's interesting here, Pisces, going to call you Scorpio. So maybe, this connection here could be with a Scorpio, or you have Scorpio placements. But what I'm getting here, guys, is a new beginning in love that makes you very happy. And it could be something that you have been waiting on for a very long time. I did mention that there's something that you're kind of praying over and you're putting it aside. So it could be that you surrender to this connection, or you release some sort of control, and now it's you're having like a full circle moment, or it's coming back to you the way that you wanted it to now that you've detached from it. So overall, I see it as a very, positive time when it comes to your finances. Something could be starting off very quickly for you financially, but it may become a little, like a slow moving energy, but it's slowing down so that you could pay attention to the details and make sure that, you're not missing, anything that is going on. As far as love, I see it as, a conversation where you guys are able to come to a mutual agreement that makes the both of you happy. Okay, so let's see if we can get an angel number for you guys. Okay, so we have 6666. Okay. Great blessing, self-love, boundaries, needs, good vibes, wisdom, understanding, letting go. Nurture yourself, your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down, make space for something meaningful, and expand your spirit to all areas of your life. That big love, opportunity, or job needs to squeeze in somewhere. Yeah. I feel like for many of you, like love is being highlighted for you the month of September, or like a connection that you or someone that you feel very deeply connected to, but things are actually taking off where either a commitment is getting off the ground or you guys are finally having that much needed conversation about the stability, in this connection here. And it says nurture yourself, your needs and desires and boundaries. So, there could be an energy of you feeling very overwhelmed or needing to place boundaries in different aspects of your life. And it says let go of things that are weighing you down. And I already feel like you're doing that because with the Four of Swords, I did receive an energy of you kind of letting go of what you feel you can't control and you're, surrendering to it, is what I'm getting here. So, my wonderful Pisces, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.